Chat.
my lawsuit reading. Oh, hello, Chad.
No, go ahead and tell Chat about your lawsuit reading.
Oh yeah, it got it's by far my most commented on and viewed video.
Congratulations. Very proud of the Lawli. Is there anything else legal you're looking forward to coming up?
Oh my god, I'm hoping to. I mean, one, there's a lot of videos going around saying that Hassan Piker has been arrested. Not entirely true. He was detained. Detained and arrested, as we all know on this channel, it's two different things. He was detained though, and I believe his phone was looked through and stuff like that.
In
he
China.
got basically jostled by the CCP. Yeah, in China.
In China.
Like, it's kind of amazing, but again, the language some people are using, oh, he was arrested, not accurate. Because he wasn't processed in China's jail or anything like that, so...
Yeah, but people are saying it because it's really funny.
Unless something's changed. Oh, you know it's gonna infuriate him. He's gonna fucking rage out about it.
Well, because he's a CCP
I love
shill.
it. He's fucking amazing.
As is, like, most of his fans.
I saw the part of that right before he was, like, approached by one of the Chinese police. He was like, I have no patriotism in my heart for America. I'm like, you know what? Then sell the multi-million-dollar mansion that you have and move to China. Because I'm tired of hearing about you. Like, benefiting from being an American while fucking shitting all over it. Come on.
Yeah, and it's always funny because then they go to China and they get, like, this... they immediately get slapped in the face with the fact that, no, yeah, China is not like this friendly, kind country. You go there and they are, everything is heavily controlled. Like, you think they came over to you to look through your phone to, I don't know, just be friendly? No, they were making sure you weren't posting anything that was negative to China. That's why you don't see negative news about China.
As soon as, like, the tour guide said, oh yeah, he's making a video, boom, the drape went right over the camera. Fucking no, like, there's your censorship state, Mr. Hassan Piker. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah. Like, they genuinely believe that all of this negative stuff people in America say about China is just completely made up. And it's like, you know, they allow us to visit, right? Like, people have told stories when they come back from China. They're like, yeah, they, like, confiscated my phone and deleted every video I took because they said it was negative to the party.
Yep. Yeah, big time. Yeah, that's what... Unknown Entity also says, Misa, did you hear about the guy that got arrested for playing an anime game in Norway? It was just the fact that he possessed the files. Sadly, Norway is one of those countries where, yes, you can get arrested simply for playing a video game.
So actually, this story is a little hard to follow because all the articles are in Norwegian and only a couple places have properly covered it. So according to what I could find, the Norwegian authorities actually said the game by itself was not problematic, that it did not actually violate their laws, which kind of leads me to believe that one thing I've said before is actually quite true, is that the American laws pertaining to Lawli Show are actually quite universal for a lot of places, based on my reading of other places' laws. Most of them tend to include this language about real identifiable child. So there was that. However, he was still arrested, and it said it was because he was sharing SA-related images online. And now it's a toss-up between if they meant the game itself or he had something extra on his computer. Because some articles say he had something different. Some articles say it was just images from the game. However, it seems the actual crime he committed was sharing them online, which violates some sort of, decency law, I guess. I don't know what you would call it. Because normally that kind of stuff applies to, like, in public, not necessarily, like, on the internet.
That's part of the problem, though. It was, like, this shared... I mean, I've had this reported from, like, the Archcast and stuff. I think he's in Norway. I know Death the Goat, one of my viewers, is in Norway. And you're right in the sense that I don't think possession of the video game itself was necessarily the violation. It was dissemination of the images contained within that game online, which in and of itself is, of course, a problem, but it's not just possessing the video game, right?
Yeah. What game? I don't remember the name of the game, but it's that game where you take care of the lolly that's been abused, and you can either turn her into a degenerate, more broken, or you can fix her and make her your daughter. I think everybody's seen the pictures of it. The little black-haired lolly girl that's got like scars all over her body.
Yeah, it's a video game where you help a girl recover from abuse. I think I remember it's the base synopsis.
Yeah. I think everybody's seen it. I just don't remember the name off the top of my head. Norway reaping the whirlwind after sowing out Dustborn.
I mean...
But yeah,
I didn't say nothing.
as far as I know, technically did not violate the law.
Well,
he violated
did, just
a different
not in the
law.
way that people were reporting.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll...
It's kind of like the guy in Canada who tried to bring in physical copies of R18 Doujins into Canada, and he got arrested and held up at the border when he was returning to his home country because of that. Because again, it's not owning it; it's the act of importing it. It's the act of disseminating it. It's weird. It's like where there's a lot of weird like gray lines and stuff like that, but that's why you want somebody who actually knows a little bit about the law to actually explain what's going on here. Yes, a violation had occurred, not the violation people were reporting.
Yeah. And yes, Wolf Spain, I got it, is Wolf Spain for 2. Hi, Mizu and Ava in chat. Head pats for all. Thank you for the head pats. Is my button still working? I think my button's still working.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
It's just been a hot minute since I've used my button. Because I don't have it set up properly on the deer yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But yeah, like some of these laws are a bit different than people report them as, because they have like an agenda and they want to be like, see, lolly's illegal in Norway too. Well, it might be, but that's not what this guy got busted on.
Yeah, he got busted on probably at most sharing images of lolly online.
Yeah.
Whether or not it was in the video game or whatever, but that's what was going on.
But they have, whatever judge was looking at it, the judge confirmed that at least in his belief, the game itself did not actually violate any laws.
Yeah.
That, some Shambler for 5,
Somebody
that brand new
American
bridge collapsing in China got buried quick.
Oh, yeah, it did.
Thank you for the head pats again.
So that's, oh, thank you. So thank you for the head pats for 1. And 2, there was a bridge in China. I think it's less than 6 months old, or maybe 8 months old.
It's less than 2 months old.
It's literally just. Oh, is it fucking even? Oh my god, that's ridiculous. Anyway, so China's construction is so much better than ours, right? This dam completely fucking collapsed. I mean, this thing's gone completely.
And all the CCP shows are trying to cope really hard, and they're like, well, it was a landslide. You built a bridge in a landslide zone and did not provide it with enough, like, support to make it not landslide. Like, that's a part of engineering, is knowing the danger of the area you're in.
Yeah, like if you're like in a flash flood area or an area that's prone to, loose ground actually being jostled from the mountain and then, creating a landslide, there should be infrastructure that you create to prevent any major catastrophe from happening once the dam or bridge is actually put in. Like, it's just it's a planning thing, and clearly, yeah, okay, cool, they built it really quickly, but it fucking completely failed months into the fucking project.
Speaking of Chinese monuments, is the Three Gorges Dam still on the brink of collapsing, or did they hot fix? More head pets, by the way. I don't know the story with the Three Gorges Dam. Somebody would have to tell me.
So that's
that
actually the one I'm talking about. That was another that was another Chinese field construction progress. Okay, I'm having a stroke. Project, excuse me. I don't remember how long ago it was. I think it was months, maybe a little over a year now. But it was a dam that they had created, not a bridge. And then that fucking like erosion and just how the fucking water was interacting with the construction material basically caused the dam to start kind of melting. You can actually see it from space. And he's wondering if they've actually done anything to fix it, or if it's, you know, still a disaster waiting to happen. As far as I know, it's still a disaster waiting to happen.
Artemis for 2, remember chat, don't disseminate, only inseminate. Only if you're planning to take care of the kids.
Well, yeah, look. That's true.
Some Shambler for 10, well, Ava is technically correct. It's a bridge turned into a dam. Also, head pats again.
Yeah, I mixed up. Look, Chinese construction projects are failing at an increased rate, okay? And I mixed up the bridge that failed with the dam that failed. Like, if it fits to me.
No, it's fair. It's whenever you say something fell over in China, it's like, okay, which one?
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, yeah, exactly. Something failed in China must be a day that ends in Y.
Their stuff never tends to last all that long. And people just kind of cope with it, I guess. But chat, we have a couple little videos here today, and I'm doing it a little differently. I decided to try watch together, so me and Ava can pause it whenever we feel like, and I can also schedule up the videos like one by one. So the first one,
see what's coming.
Yeah, the first one. Some of you might remember this person. Some of you might
She's back,
not.
Guys. She's fucking back.
There was a crazy lawyer lady that we covered a while back, where she had already been fired by her clients, but she still showed up to court anyways. And she was having a 3-way fight.
She's insisting that she was a party.
Yeah, she was insisting she was a party.
In this fucking insane lawsuit.
And she was in a 3-way fight with the judge, the opposing attorney, and her own clients to try and justify why she was still in the court speaking on their behalf. It was this old crazy lady. So somehow she has found new clients. So she is in court today for her new clients. She is not, she actually has permission to be here this time. So I guess that's a positive. This is a completely different case, though. It is not the original case.
Didn't you mention this, though, that this is like another one of those instances where, like there is initially a strong case here, but this fucking lawyer completely ruins it.
To me, it sounds like they have a strong case. If everything everyone is saying is true, it sounds like she has a strong case. But she is fucking fumbling left and right. Also, thank you, Festiva, for 5. The B2 Spirit is a hungry boy, and the Three Gorges Dam looking like a snack just big enough to satisfy his hunger.
Can we not send supers to imply that we should bomb infrastructure in China? I don't know how well that's gonna pass YouTube's algorithm.
I think it is just vague enough that I'm good. But
it's legally distinct.
Legally distinct. But chat, we're gonna go into our first case of the day.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Paul Fuss on behalf of plaintiff, Dave Potter.
Oh my God, Judge Simpson.
Yep. All right. Well, where are we with reference to this case?
Last time we were here 2 weeks ago, the court ordered that my client be allowed into the premises to attempt to remediate some of the problems that were in there. He has gone in there, and he has gotten estimates on cleanup. Looks like it's going to be $11,000 for the cleanup. Defendant has
What
not
in the
removed
fuck
any
did
of
they
his
do?
possessions from.
No idea on this one.
That's an look. That's like a low key stage 3 or stage 4 hoarder situation. If it costs $11,000 to clean up the fucking mess that was left.
Yeah. Also, Ava, you should be able to click it to pause it and unpause it as well.
Yeah, sorry, I had to do that.
But I just let you know.
Yeah, let me play.
The home yet. We're asking for an order of eviction today under section E of the proposed judgment, because the tenant is willfully or negligently is causing a serious and continuing health hazard to exist on the premises, or is causing extensive and continuing injury to the premises, neglecting or refusing either to deliberate possession after demand, or to substantially restore or repair the premises. If you recall at the last hearing, Your Honor, he's not living there. He just has all of his possessions.
I don't know what's wrong with the court cam right now, but it is just like all over the fucking.
And really, look. It's clear to me that this is around Halloween and there's a spirit in there, and the camera's picking it up, but we're not.
Yeah.
It's very spooky, guys.
Like the court camera right now is just like spazzing out between every camera they have.
It really is not having a good time.
Sessions in there. We would like an order of eviction so we can start cleaning up the premises. There is mold present in the living room. Everything has to be wiped down. Nothing has to be done in the basement. Nothing has to be done in the garage. Everything can be bagged up and tossed.
I'm sorry. No. You fucked up. If there's mold present, but nothing needs to be done in the basement, then there's not mold present. Mold always starts in the basement areas, and then it fucking creeps up into the house.
Yeah.
I know this. I used to do crawl space work.
Yeah,
I know where mold
weird.
starts. And if you say, yeah, there's nothing in the basement to do, and also just wiping everything down doesn't equate to $11,000. So again, that something's not making sense here.
Yeah.
We just need defendant to get his possessions out of there.
Sure. What he's saying is not entirely true. I have been taking loads out almost daily. There's quite a bit of stuff in there that has been damaged due to the neglect and him opening the windows, which he did again since we last been here. All the windows were left open. It rained again on my couch. There's at least, I haven't even finished going through inventory.
Well, that would actually explain. Sorry, that would actually explain why there was mold in the living room, but not in the basement. If the windows keep being left open and the moisture is allowed to intrude, okay, that's an explanation at least.
Yeah, and it's
Just today.
it's very unfair if the other guy, if the landlord is actually doing this, like just going through and just opening all his windows,
Yeah.
regardless of what reason
I
he's
want
doing
to air
it
out.
for.
Well, it's raining and shit. Like, air out on a different day. Also, don't touch my shit while I'm fucking in the process of removing it.
Yeah.
Today. Did it rain?
A couple days ago, Your Honor. Within the last 2 weeks since we've been here, I've been going and taking loads out of there with my truck almost daily, if not every other day. I'm going to have a trailer of it.
Okay. How much stuff do you have on this property that you're taking daily loads out for 2 weeks and you still haven't done that? Like it's still not completely gone. That seems a little weird to me.
Think
Even
about
if
if
we were
he's
to
just
be
using
generous and
like
say it was
a.
every other day.
Well, I think he's just using like a regular
truck,
pickup.
Yeah, a pickup truck. Yeah, that's. I know very well how much a pickup truck can fucking haul and handle, and I'm thinking like, if we're generous and we give him, he went down every other day. Maybe he's just starting to finish up, but still, that's 7 trips. On what I can imagine is probably like a small house rental or apartment rental. I don't think he's renting a large property.
I don't know the size of the property.
Available this weekend on Saturday or Sunday to start taking the bigger furniture. But there's like, I contracted a fungal infection in my face due to the mold that's in the house. I was sick for over a week. on antibiotics for 2
Oh,
weeks.
shit.
It's not an easy mess.
Sir, how do they got in there? I'm not clear on why I have to order some of the common sense things to occur. They wanted to make the repairs. They needed to get in. There's a big fight about him getting in to basically be able to look at it to figure out exactly what he needs to do. And now it comes down to they were able to get in, they were able to get an estimate. It's headed along that direction. You're not really living in the premises. And now it's a matter of getting your stuff out, and all I'm hearing are excuses.
Your Honor, he's never
Yeah.
been blocked from access to the house. He's always had a key and a garage door opener.
When are you moving your stuff out? Let's just get to I'm just getting right to it.
Can I have a couple weeks to get it all out? I've got quite a bit of stuff still to move, and it needs to be cleaned before.
I thought you just said to me that you'd been taking loads out, and then you said you were going to have a trailer this weekend to get the big stuff out. So why is it going to take 2 weeks?
I'm all by myself. I don't have anybody to help me, and I'm low on money from having to move yet again within a year after going through a long court battle.
So that's always a warning sign with some people
Yeah.
where you have to move multiple times over a couple years. Typically shows that you're kind of doing something wrong.
Yeah, it's also throwing so many excuses at the wall just to see what stinks. Like, he just mentioned his divorce proceedings or something like that. It's like, dude, that shit's irrelevant to, like, this specific case. And you're just giving me more and more reasons to go, okay, so the common denominator in all of these issues that you're facing seems to be you. That's not the court's problem.
Yeah.
Divorce and child custody issues.
Just, oh my god, he
pictures of just
through
the
5 things
condition
there.
of the house, just so you have an idea of what we're looking at here. Those were taken earlier this week. The defendant has not lived in the premises, and this is what we're looking at.
Yeah.
What do you have to say to these pictures, sir? I mean,
All the pictures except one are the garage. That's stuff that's all packed up and in the tubs. It just or the rest is my tools. Kitchen sink with the dirt dishes. And that way, because there hasn't been hot water in there, so the pipe broke in the basement. There's still no hot water in the residence. There's no furnace operating in the residence. There's no filtered water in the residence. It comes out of the tap.
It doesn't matter. You're not living here anymore. Hold on. You're not. It's clear to me that you're not living here anymore. You're not allowed to live here anymore. The only way that you're allowed to be here is if you are removing your property off of the premises. And it's clear that you're not doing that.
And I've seen this like with other kind of landlord-tenant cases, especially like when you're towards the end of it and they're already moving out. A lot of times the judge is like, okay, if it's like this absolutely horrendous to be in there, why aren't you leaving?
Yeah.
Like there is an argument to be made about if they're like constructively evicting you by making life difficult for you. But at the same time, the judges are going to be like, yeah, we can come back to that later. But right now they want you out. And you're telling me you're not leaving because it's horrible conditions? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's a natural, like, what's happening here, obviously, is he's already out of the house. According to opposing counsel, he's not showing up every day taking loads and stuff. He hadn't shown up in weeks. So he's not living there anymore, clearly. But yet he is still trying to say, well, I want to have 2 weeks to get my stuff out because hot water isn't running in the basement. What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Also, hi, Cecil. Nice to see you.
Hey, Cecil.
Sulfur smells like sulfur, and it's like brown water. Nothing has been repaired since the pipe has broken and flooded the basement and ruined all my stuff. The pipe is
At
now
least stuff that
leaking
was
yet
stored
again
in the basement for some reason?
It's filling up with water on the side.
you're not there. They want to make the repairs. In order to effectuate the repairs, does all of these things have to come out? Is that?
Yeah, we need to do a foundation repair. I can't get through the garage to have a contractor bring in a new furnace hot water, washer dryer. I mean, you can't even barely walk through.
Yeah, okay.
Sir, if I order an
You
eviction,
can barely walk into it. Yep, okay. Yep, we're dealing with
Orders.
we're dealing with the order.
and the removal of these items, you've lost them all. Is that what you want me to do?
No, Your Honor.
Then tell me how you're going to get this stuff out so that these repairs can be done. Because at this point, you're causing waste to the premises.
I can have a path to beer to the garage, through the garage for me to get to the basement tonight or tomorrow.
That's not how this is going to work. Here's what we're going to do. And it may end up, but I'm not prepared to necessarily order the eviction portion of it. But whatever company's the cheapest, get a pod and just put what you, and I'm not saying that you got to get more than one. I'm just going to allow you to stop waste, and I think it's under 4.201H, to not cause continued waste to the premises, because I do believe that in great part because of the tenant, and you want to get in there to repair.
Yeah, big time.
Get a pod, put it out there. Those items that look like they are valuable, and I'm not gonna.
Oh Jesus, yeah, that's gonna be hard to litigate.
I'm not gonna be hearing that this valuable thing was left outside.
Right.
Yes, sir.
There's a huge compressor.
Also, chat, there are 2 cases in this video. I admittedly forgot there were 2 cases in this video. Lol. But Crazy Lawyer Lady is after this guy's case. She is,
Okay,
if I
gotcha.
recall right, she is also on a landlord-tenant case, though. Not the same
She
case.
was last time too, so that makes sense.
Yeah, she seems like a landlord-tenant
Yeah,
lawyer.
no, yeah, exactly. That's exactly. She probably does that and a couple other like things where she's not always in front of a judge, but she's usually filing a lot of paperwork.
Yeah. And this time, I believe she's actually for a business. She's appearing for a business. Which makes it very unfortunate, because that business has probably shot themselves in the foot. And based on the details of the case, I genuinely feel bad for them.
Oh no.
It's like.
Yeah, a bad lawyer can. Oh, well, actually, there is one quick thing.
Wait, what?
I forgot. Yes, so this is California law news, but a 17-year-old has managed to become the youngest member of the bar for California,
Yeah, I saw a bunch of people saying...
beating out their older brother.
I saw a bunch of people saying, I come from an Asian household, and if this story had come out when I was a kid, my mom would have made my life hell.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, no, it's a personification of the Family Guy meme, you doctor, I'm 12 years old. You talk to me when you doctor. And he just it's like, oh my god, that's literally what that is.
You
But
lawyer
it
yet?
also
Mom,
means,
I just
because I know
graduated
this
high
kind of-
school. You should
I
be
just-
lawyer. You see that one
Yeah,
girl?
talk to
She
me when you
lawyer.
Yeah, exactly. It does mean though that she either started law school at 14 or she started study under an attorney at 13, because she passed the bar in California. California lets you do reading of the law. I thought I was fucking hardcore by getting my shit at 20, but no, this bitch fucking beat me by 3 years.
Yeah, she went for it.
Engine blocks, cherry pickers.
In the garage?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's an unreasonable amount of,
But if you have to move it, I mean, if I order the eviction, then you're gonna have to pay somebody to come in and move. That's, either way, you're gonna have the same issue. I hear you, but I'm just saying, if I were to do as counsel's indicating, give a judgment, order the eviction, you're gonna have to get somebody in there to move everything to the curb. You follow me?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be an expense and
Yeah,
a
the tenant
burden
is in a lose-lose
regardless,
situation here, and
because-
he needs to understand that.
Yeah, but he's trying to explain to the guy, like, look, I can kick him out right now, but you have to clean all his shit. Like, that's 'Cause
Yeah.
I can't force him to come back and clean it. Not in an
Not
eviction,
really.
at
I
least.
mean, yeah, especially considering he's already been evicted from the property. From what it sounds like, he can order this additional eviction, but that's like just for all the stuff. And if you do that via court order, well, guess what? Mr. Hoarder here is going to have no incentive to actually clean it up himself, which means that the landlord gets fucking stuck with a bill.
Exactly.
You're not getting cooperation. Go ahead.
If he wants the stuff, I mean, can he pay for the pod and move his items into the pod?
Here's going to be.
Like, I understand where the landlord guy is coming from. Like, this sounds logical, but you can't force people to do that. Like, our court system doesn't work in a way where you can be like, okay, I'm forcing you to buy a storage unit to put on the lawn to put all your stuff in.
Yeah, no, what he could do, though, is he can present this option for, like, getting rid of all this stuff, right? And then it opens up the landlord for being able to sue for the damages and the cost of all that cleanup to the tenant. But
Yeah.
that's a different case at that point. This is just the
And he
this
can't
is
really
just for the
recommend they do
purposes
that
of
either.
getting this
Because then
exactly.
it would be seen as,
So,
like, helping him.
yeah, I mean that's what any competent lawyer would like tell his fucking landlord clients. Like, look, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to eat it. We're gonna have to pay for a pod, remove the shit out of there, whatever. But what we can do after this is dealt with, and after we can get the repairs done on this property, is we can sue the tenant for the cost of the pod and the cost of cleaning up all of the shit out of there. But that's not for here. Right now, we're just trying to get the shit out so you can actually get your building repaired, because that's what it sounds like is needing to be happened.
Yeah. As a random side note, I'm starting to feel like if I ever got pulled into court, I'd have to represent myself, because I keep seeing so many stories about lawyers just using AI.
Oh my god, it's so bad now. It is so fucking bad. I mean, there was a story, I think it was a federal judge. He actually had a like it wasn't him, but a judge, any court clerk's actions and stuff like that, it falls on the judge, right? And apparently the court clerk had drafted an order that the judge had ordered the court clerk to draft using AI, and it got a bunch of shit wrong, and it was bad. So this is not just the case of, oh, a lawyer has used AI and they fucked up. No, a court has used AI and fucked up the order when they tried to use AI.
Yeah, courts are getting kind of bad
So,
about
like,
using
it's
AI
getting
right
bad.
now.
Yeah, I don't know what needs to happen. Whether or not more like new court rules need to be made or something like that. But like this is to a point where like people need to start getting, thrown off the bench or disbarred from, the bar if they keep fucking using AI like this. AI, again, it's a great paralegal. It's not a lawyer. It's not a judge. It's not a court clerk. Don't treat it like one.
If I want to call my lawyer incompetent, what can I do? You can fire him.
Yeah, you can fire him, and you just ineffective use of counsel.
Yeah, ineffective use of counsel is going to be hard afterwards, though, depending on how shit he is. Because granted,
No,
I've seen some lawyers that make it really easy.
Yeah, because for real. But you could just go, look. I don't believe that you are appropriately representing me, and you're fired. There you go. Now, if you try to do that after the court case, I mean, God, 80% chance you're not getting through. Sorry. Like, sometimes you can get, okay, well, we'll at least revisit the case if your lawyer was really that bad, but even that's extremely rare.
Yeah, a lot of times what you can do, if the lawyer really was that bad, is you can maybe get some compensation from the lawyer, but they probably won't revisit your case. Because they would think it was prejudicial to the other party.
The problem. I don't intend that. How do I do this? The initial layout is going to have to be yours because you've got to get in.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. My intent is that he's going to pay for the pod. But if I say
Mizu has a
you pay for the
Lawtism,
pod,
but
that's
he is
not
not a
gonna
lawyer.
The ways dealing with this, it's not going to happen. You follow what I'm saying? So, yeah. So what I'm saying is, I'm not ordering you to get more than one, and I'm going to allow you to use discretion. Those things that might be damaged as a result of being out in the elements go in. Those other things that can withstand that, and just pray the snow doesn't start flying. And you can.
Yeah,
can
that's
go out.
another thing too. I don't know what time of year. This sounds like it's coming into the winter, but like that's a big consideration here that needs to be made as well. It's like, okay, well, we're coming into monsoon season. We're coming into the season where we actually have weather and shit like that, and this guy needs to get his stuff out. So like this becomes like a public safety issue, because if all that stuff's just taken out and thrown out on the curb, that's a problem. This is not looking good.
I'm glad, by the way, Sentai, that fixed itself towards the end there. However, curse you for starting Christmas so early. We're not even at Thanksgiving yet. So that's what you get. The start of your blurb was fucked up because you started Christmas
Are you
too
kidding
early.
me? No, I just saw Sentai VT use 15 bits to play All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Yeah, that's what I'm
look, you know what? No. There we go. That's what you get. I can't believe you. We're more than a month out. God damn it.
Outside of it. And, sir, so that you understand, you heard what I just ordered, right?
If I may I ask if I can have at least a weekend to clear the garage out before we get the situation started?
No, because you should have been doing this before now.
You're right.
I mean, you.
That was so fucking. I'm sorry. That was so fucking. Can I at least have the weekend to clear out the garage? No. Like, it was literally that fucking Bugs Bunny meme.
Yeah. I know what you mean. It's like, yeah, no, get the fuck out, dude. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, we're done with you.
You just come up with these periods in time saying, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do. Right now, you're in a circumstance where you have to beat the pod there. If he goes out, leaves this courthouse, calls a pod, and they said we can have it there tomorrow morning or tonight, that pod's there. I'm not delaying this anymore.
Can I say something?
Sure.
He has 3 project cars, a horse trailer, a tractor, turkeys, geese, chickens.
Turkeys?
What do you?
What the? Wait, what? What the fuck?
There's bumpers and all kind of stuff.
Okay, he's gotta be on. What? I'm sorry. This isn't some suburban house he's renting. Is he renting a fucking farm? I mean, can we gotta go back just a bit. He's got fucking turkeys and chickens and shit. What the fuck?
This is what I'm gonna do. Right now, you're in a circumstance where you have to beat the pod there. If he goes out, leaves this courthouse, calls a pod, and they said we can have it there tomorrow morning or tonight, that pod's there. I'm not delaying this anymore.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Okay, here we go.
He has 3 project cars, a horse trailer, a tractor, turkeys, geese, chickens.
What do you?
Lawn furniture.
Live ones?
Yeah, they're all outside. There's bumpers and all kind of stuff stacked up along the garage. It's been there for months.
Oh no, this is
He didn't have
bad.
permission.
Turkeys?
Yeah.
No, I got an idea for those.
Like wild turkeys or like?
Well, yeah. Like, what's going on?
Excuse me?
Wild, sure.
Yeah. Well, they're domesticated.
Coming up on the holidays. That was a bad joke.
That was a great joke. That's why the guy has the turkeys out. Like, I imagine he's probably raising them for the, holiday season coming in. But now I'm really. This brings into question so many other things. You need a fucking what's it called? animal husbandry licensing or something like that. You can't just like get a bunch of turkeys and chickens and shit like that, like on a rented property especially. This seems way more than just a hoarding situation because now we have live animals involved.
Exactly.
So what are you suggesting in terms of?
Well, I guess the question is, can we tow the vehicles?
Here's the problem. If you tow the vehicles, you're going to be putting them someplace. Somebody's going to have to pay for the storage of the vehicles.
Yeah.
It's also going to be a more complicated process than just me saying to tow the vehicles, because it's going to have to, I mean, what you're going to have to deal with in terms of the tow truck drivers, it's going to be a little bit more complicated than to do the work on the premises. All right. Do the vehicles need to be moved out of the way? Okay. Then I'm trying to make it so that the repairs can be done. I realize there's going to be, apparently, I wasn't clear on these animals, but there's going to have to be a lot more that's done. Regarding
Dude, you need more than a pod. You need a fucking horse trailer.
So what I'm trying to do is allow you a circumstance where you can get into the premises, do the work, not cause further waste to the property, and have the property done. Because I'm not ordering the eviction and removal of everything from the premises.
Okay, so that's not happening.
So you think you can find a way, if you ordered a pod, that if I put this out a week, that you can have substantial progress and start the movement along the lines of getting those repairs done?
Okay. I need 2 weeks, Your Honor. I'm going to be out of town next Friday.
All right. Okay. So, sir, you understand what's happening?
I need to move my stuff quickly to beat the pods there, right?
Well, you're in a race with the pod. I mean,
More or
because
less,
it's
yeah.
put in the pod. Now, if it's in that pod, I don't want you restricting his access to it. Okay, it's only there just to protect what may be there that in your mind might need to be protected from the elements. You follow what I'm getting at?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll adjourn this matter out then to November 21st, 2025 time.
3 p.m.
3 p.m. in person. Thank you.
I would say, I'm sorry, I was flabbergasted that like
Counsel,
animals
if you
disappeared.
could prepare an order just indicating that the court pursuant to
Just shocked you to start hearing like there's turkeys, there's chickens.
No, yeah, no, all of a sudden there's fucking animals involved. There's 3 project cars, there's a horse wagon, there's bumpers, and I'm like, what, do you live in the fucking Alabama marsh? Like, what the fuck? Am I to hear a banjo if we round the corner? What the fuck?
Exactly. Like that's how you know it's like proper hoarding behavior.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, because the worst hoarders do tend to hoard animals.
Yep.
Yeah, fucking geese, by the way. Geese is the wildest one. Chickens, turkeys, those make sense. Geese, though?
Nobody wants a geese.
What the fuck, man?
the court rule and court order has taken these steps.
I'll email that to the court later today or first thing Monday.
Very good. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Go. Will you hand me my screen box?
Now go.
Fixing housing 401k plan versus Erica Ward.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Steve Otherly,
Okay.
Plaintiff Fixing Housing. Okay.
Wait a minute. Versus Erica Ward? Wasn't her name Erica Ward?
Who?
Well, there she is.
Yep, there's crazy lawyer lady.
I thought her name was Erica. So,
Uh,
like,
I don't.
that would make her a defendant.
She is a
Yeah,
defendant.
no, that's weird. It's weird. Maybe I'm just mistaken. Oh, she is a defendant. Okay.
But I don't know the full
Okay.
story of how this is working out. But they're not like
Yeah, we're
suing
gonna
a
have
law
to go see.
firm. So
No, it sounded like a 401k something. Oh, no, it was a mortgage.
All right. I'm almost afraid to ask, where are we?
Your Honor, I believe procedurally this would be the first pretrial hearing because the first hearing was adjourned because Ms. Tope was out of town.
Yes.
Well, I didn't sign the order, but yeah, it was adjourned. So that's okay. However you want to look at it. Yes, procedural. Go ahead.
Your Honor, tenants Erica and Aaron Ward own and operate a horse boarding farm on the property. Under the lease, tenants are required to pay base rent of $5,500 per month without any deduction or set off whatsoever, and that's paragraph 3 of the lease. Tenants, what really kickstarted this dispute, tenants set off $2,800 from the June 2025 rent when they unilaterally placed the hot water tank on the property in violation of the lease. Tenants have not paid rent since August of 2025. From my knowledge, tenants are supposedly placing the rent in their attorney-client escrow fund. They're paying contractors and for supplies with the rent money owed to landlord. Tenants are operating their commercial horse farm rent-free on the property during the pendency of their circuit court action. Tenants admit to withholding rent, so there's really no factual dispute here. Under the lease, paragraph 19AC, the lease allows landlord to terminate and recover possession of property. Right now, I believe.
So this would depend on state, right? So I'm assuming in this state, maybe it's not okay.
In Texas. Mo, I'm gonna let you know right now. Texas, I have had to actually look into their tenant and rental laws and stuff like that. The power is almost unilaterally in the hands of the landlord in the state of Texas. I mean, you have very little rights to exercise when it comes to a dispute once it gets to court.
Yeah. I will say, though, in a lot of places, what they would be doing would be considered the correct move to put rent in an escrow and to use said rent on repairs. And then
repairs and stuff like that, yes.
Yes. I also have to point out, because we're going to get to this point in a minute, landlord is already in court on this issue, being sued by the horse farm.
Oh, wait, really?
Yes. So I guess he's just running his own lawsuit on the side. I don't know exactly how this works, but the horse farm is already suing him in circuit court. And then after that happened...
he should be countersuing then. He should be... What the fuck is he doing?
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to fucking throw it. Like, wait a minute. Like, procedurally, it's hitting my head wrong.
The base rent owed is $24,800.
24,800.
Yes, $24,800.
Oh, that's a lot of fucking rent.
If you want me to get into the procedural history, because there is a circuit court action that was filed.
Well, I was just going to ask about that. Go ahead. I'll get back to you. Let me just. What about the circuit court?
Look, Judge Simpson is aware of this, bitch.
It's between the same parties with an added party, Willow Ward Equestrian, which is the business that operates on the property.
Got it.
That is the horse boarding farm that the tenants own.
Yeah.
So in June 13th,
Can I just ask?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is the general subject matter of that circuit court action?
The general subject matter is they filed the complaint and they're alleging that landlord, my clients, didn't make certain repairs on the property, and we dispute, the obligation under the lease agreement.
Okay, I see what they're doing.
But they're still not paying rent. And under the lease, it has that without any deduction or set off whatsoever. So they brought these claims. It was a race to the court, and tenants filed a circuit court action. And then
this is funny. Hold on, we're gonna pause this real quick because, like you said, usually putting owed rent into an escrow account that can then be used to make necessary repairs on the property is something entirely like within the confines of the law. Now, I would have to look up Texas specifically, but regardless of what that rental agreement says, yet your rental agreement can't supersede the law. And that's kind of what it sounds like he's trying to argue here, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah, he's getting a little bit like, well, you know, but the rental agreement says we don't really have to fix anything.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, exactly. It's like, and also the rent has to be paid with no deduction or anything. It's like, well, here's the thing: the law actually makes an exception for deductions in rent for the purposes of, like, repairing the property and making it livable. So I think even Texas has laws like that in place. So, like, he is making a very strange argument right now.
Yeah, that's also why I'm, like, terrified for these people that they have this lady lawyer with them. Because, like, this, you have to think...
She could just fuck it all up.
Like, you have to think that this argument he's making, this is the best argument he has. Like, this is not...
It has to be, yeah.
Yeah, this is not their best argument. This is his best argument. Is that, like, yeah, we're not fixing anything, but, our lease says we don't really have to, and we don't really have to give a shit. It's like, that's your best?
You have to pay us the rent with no deduction. It's like, dude, that's not how any of this works. And
like, you have to think, this is his absolute best argument.
Like, when she's in motion and she's like, oh, are you talking for me to talk? He fucking gave her a look and, like, pointed at her and I'm okay. Girl, you should not be appearing in front of this judge anymore. He knows you, he knows your game, and he's kind of sick of your shit.
Yeah, it is.
Like, he didn't even have to say anything to you. He just gave you a look. And you knew to fucking say shut the fuck up. So, like, when your relationship as an attorney with, like, a judge that you interact with often is that poor, it's time to perhaps practice in a different venue.
Yeah, let's hang it up.
We're forced to answer and counterclaim for breach of the lease agreement, breach of the guarantee, and we brought a tortious interference claim because tenants have been preventing my client from selling the property. My client's been trying to sell the property, and given their operation on the property, that's been an issue.
Wait a minute.
Who was that case before?
So I guess the deep lore here of how this is working out and why there's even an issue to start with is the horse farm has operated on this property for like a metric ass ton of years. But the owner of the property sold it to like a property management company because they were, I guess, too old to do it anymore. So they just kind of got rid of it. And the property management company now wants the horse farm gone. So they're
because they want to sell it.
Yeah. So it kind of feels like to me that the management company is inventing reasons to get rid of them and is probably constructively evicting them. And we'll actually get into that later.
Skirt suits are very common. Sprinkle Logic asked, commented on my lawyer suit. I think music could like move me up and show my whole ensemble, but this is a deep like I don't have shoulder pads in this one. I don't think, because I told them that would be a thing, but like skirts, dark tights and stuff like that, and sensible shoes.
Yeah,
that's pretty much your dress code for court.
Oh, there's the shoes, chat.
There you go.
There you go, chat.
But,
you got thighs and toes.
Yeah, no, this one's you got thighs and toes.
On
it only
day
took what day is it? yeah, on day one. What a bargain. Okay, but yeah, no, this is, and again, I do know Texas is fucking crazy in terms of the rights that they'll give a landlord over a tenant. But if this person's been running this horse boarding facility for however long, for even 5 years,
I believe it's like 20 years actually.
Yeah, exactly. I'm giving like as much conservative of a fucking like even as low as 5 years of operation would mean that it becomes increasingly difficult for a property owner to just okay, well we want to sell it now, get out. Well, that's in Texas that might fly, but in most states there's a whole process for it. You have to give notice. You have to like there's they own the property, so they should retain some right to like when okay, we don't want you here anymore. And as shitty as that might be, that should go through. The issue is how much you disrupt another person's or group of people's livelihood in doing that and exercising that right. So a lot of states have tried to balance it out. Texas, I don't think is one of them. So sadly, as fucked up as it sounds, I think the landlord has the itch here.
Yeah.
And again, simply because of the state that it is.
Exactly.
That case is before, I apologize.
Judge outside.
Judge outside has it?
Judge outside.
Okay,
That's correct, yeah.
all right.
Okay.
So after landlord filed its answer and counterclaim, we filed a motion to compel payment of rent in August, but the court's earliest scheduling date for that was last week. So we've gone all of this time where tenants are operating on the property rent-free, and my client has his own financial obligations that he's not being paid for, but they're still operating on the property. And just because they filed a circuit court action does not insulate the tenants from defaults under the lease, and also doesn't bar this court from exercising jurisdiction over a summary proceeding.
So,
Okay.
Donna Tope here.
Donna
So
Tope,
you
okay.
do have hearing that sometimes I'm not able to hear quite well. So I would appreciate that. Your Honor, I know that you are a very
I'm sorry, the
thorough-
random because it looked like she motioned to the empty chair, and then the camera just like switched to her. Like, what's she looking at? Like, what's happening?
judge, and I filed an answer to plaintiff's complaint to recover possession of the property. Thank you very much. And in that answer, I listed out the situation that led to our
Fucking Billy lawyer.
filing a breach of lease complaint in the circuit court that is being heard by Judge outside. In my answer, I stated that the defendants leased the property at 2801 West Delphi in Scioto Township, Ann Arbor, Michigan. The lease began May 1st, 2021 and ends May 1st, 2028. The property has, and it states so in the lease, has been used as a horse farm. It's zoned agricultural for over 25 years. It has had an indoor arena, showing
Okay,
arena.
yeah,
It's a
Jesus
showing
Christ. A
boarding
quarter of a century
facility.
is a long time.
When Fixing Housing purchased the property on a land contract from the former owners, the lease with the wards continued that operation, it operated as a horse farm. So this is a little different than most landlord-tenant cases, Your Honor, because while Aaron and Erica Ward are the tenants, the place needs to be made healthy, safe for the welfare of not only the residents and the people who board their horses there, but also their horses. They have over 35 horses. So those are the beneficiaries of the landlord's duty to keep the premises under safe repair. About a year and a half ago.
Okay, so she is
Eric-
okay. So she is making the argument that I had already made. Again, I don't know how strong Texas's law in terms of like keeping a property, up to repair. but she is making that argument, which means that it has to be present somewhere in their court system down there.
Yeah. Because you have to say,
Notified the
to a degree, the opposing lawyer also seems to acknowledge that this is a thing, because he specifically said, he doesn't say that, like, we have no obligation. He says that we have it in the contract that we don't have to do it.
Exactly. So again, and somebody mentions, oh no, the judge shaking his head is never good. Yeah, that's again, this might go down to just the fact that Texas is fucking what. Look, I would never rent property in Texas. I would aim to own property in Texas if you want to live in Texas. Because you have no fucking rights as a landlord. I mean, excuse me, as a tenant.
Yeah. Texas is rough.
Notified the landlord that several of the outdoor sheds that shelter the horses during snow, sleet, the torrential rains we have 24/7 had deteriorated to the point where they fell down. A windstorm blew several of them down. They were no longer sheltering the horses, and the debris left by the destruction of the shelters was unsafe for the horses in the pasture. Erica Ward notified the landlord, asked for repairs. He did not respond. He also then went into the pastures because he has had it on the market. In the lease, it says that he is, that it's invested, and he wanted to be able to show potential buyers and host events at the property, which he has not done. But he was looking for septic fields, and he had a bulldozer enter every pasture and dig with a bulldozer down 2 or 3 feet to see if the property perked for septic fields for development. It did not. He did not repair those. That is unsafe footing for the 35 horses that have to be out in the pasture 24/7, and they need safe footing. What started this current action, she also asked him to repair several other things. But what started this entire action was about June of 2025, the spigot, which supplies water for the horses, and they need a lot of water, needed repair. It was leaking, and it was going to burst and be unfunctional. She asked him to please make the necessary repairs. He did not make the necessary repairs. Aaron and Erica made the repairs themselves. They also, the hot water heater that provides hot water for the horses to be able to have their poultices for injuries.
But all of this is a result, it was in the circuit court action, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
and
this
that-
is, yeah,
and-
what the
but
fuck?
It's under breach of the lease. And so
Okay.
What started this was that they asked for the hot water heater, which had failed. They asked for the hot water heater to be replaced. It's necessary for the safety of the horses.
But what about the provision that the base rent is going to be paid without deduction?
So that is if they live up to all of his responsibilities.
Is it conditional? That's not what I read.
Well,
Okay, yeah, okay, there we go. Okay, so this is going to fall on the wordage of the rental agreement, which he is sticking with, and it is not conditional from what we read.
Yes, and
So yeah, this is
it's weird, but what's going to end
for
up
that 25-year standing horse farm. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. The problem that I kind of read, kind of coming up with this, is he might be right that it's not written as conditional, which it probably isn't. Most people would assume, though, that a condition of a contract is that both sides fulfill their obligations. The other side is not fulfilling their obligations. They do not give a shit. But what ends up happening in cases like this is both sides can sue each other. So it's actually completely possible that they win their case in circuit court and lose their case here. Because it would just be found both sides are in breach, both sides get punished. Which is kind of shitty, but...
Bugamo says she is struggling. She sounds like she is hearing herself talk and constantly interrupting herself. What's happening, that might be happening, but usually those headphones will cut off the mic of the speaker, so that doesn't happen. But I have been noticing she is she's tripling over a lot of word, and she's saying a lot. So it does feel like that maybe she's hearing herself through some kind of feedback loop with those headphones.
True, it's a possibility.
No, but in any contract where one party breaches several...
I have two businesses, in essence, that have entered into a contract. That contract can read various different ways. I mean, you're trying to say that there's a general reading for contract.
Yo, wait a minute. I'm sorry. We gotta... let me go back. Hold on. Did she just slam her hand on the desk, or did I miss that?
Don't worry, she's gonna have a lot of issues with the judge.
Well, look, you can't have that kind of an outburst. That is not okay.
I have two businesses, in essence, that have entered into a contract. That contract can read various different ways. I mean, you're trying to say that there's a general reading for contract. Maybe if it weren't two businesses operating at arm's length, you might be correct, but that's not what I have.
No, we have a lease, and under Michigan landlord-tenant law, which I have researched with the Michigan State University Law School and the University of Michigan, the city of Ann Arbor.
MSU Law School? They have one?
They absorbed.
It's just my dig at MSU.
Okay, well, they do have one, and they give really great advice to their student tenants. And one of them is that if necessary repairs that affect the habitability, the safety, the welfare of the residents who are under that umbrella.
Where is that?
I did want to comment on this. It's weird that she brings this up, because I was kind of under the impression that she was kind of a seasoned lawyer, but maybe she's just a bit old and she's getting a bit senile in her old age. But then she's like, but I've thoroughly researched this with this school and their students, and I'm kind of like, what do you mean? I don't...
Yeah, it seems a little weird.
I'm not saying it's impossible, it's just a weird
too,
thing to say.
And here's the thing too, the lease agreement between, this other company and this horse farm is about renting out the property. You are trying to include the beneficiaries of these lease at 35 horses under this fucking lease. That's not gonna work. His the livability of the property is probably only going to apply to the human tenants, the ones who are actually paying money. If you're putting responsibility on the landlord over the horses that are owned by the tenants, that there's an issue there, right? I'm sorry, but the landlord doesn't work for you. The landlord is not in charge of providing a safe space for your horses. That's up to you to do with the property.
Yeah.
So, she's trying to make this argument that's I don't know that it's going to fly, that you're going to put 35 horses under as beneficiaries to this lease agreement. I don't think that's going to work.
I think what's unfortunately happened here, at least on the case with this business, is because they have been there for 25 years with somebody else, like an actual person and not a management company, a lot of stuff has been a lot more friend-based, or gentlemen's agreements, I guess is the better way to say it.
The good old boy deal,
Yeah, they were friendly with whoever owned it, And the guy was like, yeah, that's, the horses are part of it. I'll fix it. But that was never in the contract. It was all just gentlemen's agreements between you and the original owner. Now that somebody else has picked up the contract, they're allowed to kind of just go, yeah, no,
They're
we're going to
going to
go.
enforce it as the wordage is, yeah.
Which is unfortunate. It sucks. But that's unfortunately the way of the world sometimes.
Yeah, sadly.
This is why I said, like, early on, like, I feel bad for them. Because I feel like they're kind of getting fucked over when I really don't think they did anything wrong. And it's just...
No, they didn't. They own like a horse boarding company. It sounds like they're doing very well. They have 35 horses that they care for. They've been at that location for 25 years. And this fucking new recent owner of the property wants to get them out of there so he can sell it for a quick profit from the fucking actual human people that the management company actually bought the property from.
Yeah. It sucks. It really does. And I wish I could come in here and be like, yeah, no, they fucking suck and you should definitely win. I don't know how well it's going to go for you. I think you might win some of it, but I don't think you'll... I think you might win some battles. I don't think you'll win a war. Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment.
There is legal weight till we've done it this way without change for years. To a degree, yes. About some things.
To a degree, but sadly, especially when there's the way that you've been doing it for years is kind of like not in direct compliance with the wordage of the rental agreement that no one's amended in those years. When a sudden decision to enforce the rental agreement as written is reached, there's not a whole lot you can do about it, because you could have just amended the agreement to represent the more friendly nature between the property owner and the tenant, but that didn't happen. And so when it eventually goes to court, all the judge sees is the rental agreement that has been in place for however many years.
Yeah.
So that's where that challenge is limited in what it can do.
It especially doesn't work when contracts change hands, right? So you would have a stronger argument if the original owner still had this property and be like, well, no, we've had this gentleman agreement for years. It might not necessarily work still, but it has a lot more weight. But going into court and saying, well, we had a gentleman's agreement with the last guy, the first thing they're going to say is, well, these aren't the last guy.
Yeah, exactly. And you didn't do anything to secure that extra security you felt by amending the initial rental room. That's what you should have done, because that would have given your stance as the tenants more teeth and more weight to protect your interests and the interests of those horses. But the fact of the matter is none of that happened because, hey, friendly gentleman agreement, well, the person on the other side of the table is no longer a friendly gentleman.
Yeah. Like I said, it sucks. I feel bad for them, but that's kind of the way the world goes sometimes, I guess.
Face rent.
So in June, they notified him to please repair the hot water heater. He did not. They repaired it themselves. They withheld the cost of the hot water heater. Aaron did the labor installation himself. They paid him the difference between that withheld for necessary repairs that the landlord is duty bound to provide under the lease, and gave it to him.
You might get the hot water heater
June.
because that affects the human tenants as well. So
Yeah.
you might get that one through.
That's June.
Okay, what happened in July? And where's that rent?
Yep, they paid it.
August.
August is the last
We
payment.
started withholding in August 1st. In
There it
July-
is. Yep.
All right. No, no.
Oh no, no, my God.
Yeah, I
Hold
told
on.
you
Oh my
she was
God,
gonna
I
get
fucked
bad
up
with them.
oh my God. She just said, oh, holy crap. I just got afraid that I was going to be thrown in jail. And I'm not even there. Look, you don't do that. Oh my God.
Yeah, I told you it was gonna get bad
Okay.
with the judge.
Wow. Dude, it got that fast though. That was a turn. Oh, okay. Here we go. Well, yeah, here we go.
Lawli,
No.
you
Okay.
ever do that to me again, you'll be out in the hallway.
Thank you. I apologize. I was not trying to.
August, September, October, where is the base rent?
The tenants told the landlord that they were going to have these things repaired and that they were going to withhold the rent to make the repairs.
Why can't I just get an answer to my question?
And after they notified him, he had threatened to take over the farm, insert his own manager, and they paid the rent into an escrow fund out of which the necessary repairs were made. They withheld the rent to make the payments to the contractors that were filling the dangerous holes in the pastures.
Where, out of what account?
They paid the account into an escrow fund that I held for them to be able to pay the contractors for the necessary repairs.
Also, like the last case you were here on, now we have a problem. Because either you're going to be a witness or you're going to be a party to this. We ran into this the last time you had a case before.
Your Honor, I was their attorney, and this was the only way to be able to get the repairs done that had been necessary and posing danger to the horses, the residents.
You're playing, it's one thing if the attorney is using their trust account to hold funds of their client, right?
Yes.
These were not client funds.
Yes. They were the client funds that were to be used to make the repairs for the lease.
Counsel,
In my answer, I have asked that you escrow, the rent was paid with a minor amount withholding that was still a balance due on repairs. The rent was paid this
I'm
past
putting you on
month,
speaker
and,
because I got to make some ham and
in my
eggs.
answer, I
So I'm
have
still
asked
listening.
you to
Got you.
set up, I've asked you to stay the eviction. I've asked you to escrow the rent under the same way you did in our other case. And I've asked you to transfer the case to the circuit court.
not happening.
Your Honor, their notice for possession and eviction is exactly the counter complaint that they made to Judge Aldzai several months ago.
That's because you filed there.
I understand, but it's the same for judicial efficiency.
Too late.
It's the same circumstances. It's the same claims. It's the
It
same.
may very well be, but that's for the court to decide.
Okay.
And I'm declining to do what you're asking regarding this case.
I do think he is a bit prejudicial against her in this particular regard. Because I do think any other judge, or any judge dealing with any other like competent lawyer, would have been like, yeah, no, I'll do that, because it doesn't make sense that they are trying to go around the circuit court to bring it back here when they're already doing it there, and they should have filed a counterclaim in that instead. And it feels to be like it's just, this lady is annoying and crazy, so we're just gonna do what she doesn't want me to do.
At this juncture.
You mean to transfer?
I want to know where the escrow is.
The escrow is in my It's all paid out. The escrow funds are all paid out to the contractors. They paid this month's
Council, do
rent.
you see the problem here? Do you?
Well, I know you want me to see the problem, but
Then that must be the answer is no.
no.
You took client money in
I withheld rent.
and then dispersed it.
I withheld rent under the landlord tenant.
But you can't on your own then disperse it.
They
If
dispersed.
they, Ms. Toe,
Erica Ward signed those contracts and paid those
Ms.
contractors.
Toe, if as a tenant, they elect to set up an escrow account to put their rent into, show me the authority that then permits them or their agent to disperse those funds.
This was not.
Show me authority for that. Because I'm going to tell you, you're not going to find it.
My first request was that you stay the possession,
This case.
repossession in this
Denied. Next request.
motion for you to set up an account for the rent to be escrowed into and paid out.
I am not going to have a problem ordering escrow.
Okay,
What I am going to have a problem with is that I think because of what you just explained to me, that you are a necessary party that has to be joined. Because if they set up their escrow account with you,
no, they paid the rent to me. I did not really, there's no formal escrow account. I held it so she could pay.
Then that's another problem.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
this is really bad,
Because the law
guys.
has
This
to
is
be
like
followed.
this is okay, so she wasn't a defendant at the start of this. She is fucking now.
Yes.
Like, holy crap, holy fucking crap. I'm still cooking eggs and ham, but I'm listening, and holy shit.
And, like, this is kind of where I'm at with this, is I think they have a really strong case. They just picked the literal dumbest lawyer imaginable. And I'm wondering, like, how they ended up at her doorstep. It's gonna be bad. It's so Jover. This lady. Yeah. No, like, that's the thing, is she's gonna, like, ruin any case she touches, because she's gotta be, like, old and senile or something. There's a part of me that wants to think she's not even a lawyer, but I know that can't be true. Like, there's no way she's showing up on all these cases and nobody's checked her license or anything. They've just let her walk through the door and been like, yep, she looks like a lawyer to me. Like, that's not happened. I swear to God that can't have happened. But then she makes these weird comments, like early on when she's talking about, oh yeah, I went to the school to get opinions from the students on, like, what's legally sound. Like, you're a landlord-tenant lawyer. Why are you going to, like, students at a school to ask their opinion on it? Like, I don't... She says weird stuff.
they can't just give the rent to somebody else. If they're going to properly withhold, and I would have hoped you would have informed them about this, they have to set up an escrow account. Outside of the fact, then, they are really obligated to then let the landlord know where that escrow is.
I did.
And they are. But then they can't disperse it.
How can they pay for the necessary repairs that he did not perform over a year and a half?
File suit and get an order.
I also have to point out that she's somehow misunderstanding this very heavily. So you don't put stuff in an escrow and then you use the escrow to pay for the repairs. If you pay for the repairs, you can then withhold the money you spent on repairs in an official escrow account, not just give them to somebody and call it an escrow. There are procedures to have an official escrow account, but the money still has to be there. So if the court rules that no, you didn't have a valid reason to withhold it, they can take the money out and give it to the person that it's supposed to go to. You can't just say, oh, the escrow is the people I paid for the repairs. It's not how that works. And the thing is, I'm pretty sure that this, the people running this horse farm didn't do anything maliciously. I guarantee this lady told them that's how it works. And they were just like, oh, she's a lawyer. That's how it works. And they went along with it, and it's gonna absolutely screw them, even though it's definitely not their fault. At least in my opinion, it's not.
And the fact that you're a party to that, I think it's going to make you a party to this action, because if that money doesn't appear, I think, I'm not suggesting that it occur, but I think plaintiff has a claim as to you, because you had to take that rent as an attorney, as an agent, whatever. You took that in trust. It's like if they had decided to withhold rent and they went, like most people would if they're going to do this, they go to a bank, they set up the escrow account. The bank can't then, if it's set up as a true escrow account, they have to direct that it's paid out. But that's not what's happening here.
Under landlord-tenant law, tenants are allowed to withhold rent. They don't necessarily have to set up an escrow account. They just have to inform the landlord where the money is, where the money is held.
I appreciate you giving me a lesson on landlord law that I've been doing.
I'm not. I read the Michigan state law about tenants and what to do about landlords who do not make necessary repairs for the health, safety, and welfare of their tenants, which in this case includes horses and boarders. I also did file suit. We filed suit in circuit court for breach of lease, for every single breach of lease that the tenant has performed over the last.
Is there anything else?
No.
Because you're not listening to anything I'm telling you.
I am hearing you.
You're not listening.
I am listening, and I'm giving you an answer when you say you file suit, and I tell you that I did. We did file suit. No. Do you want anything else from me? Do you have a?
I got a ton of questions, but I never get an answer. So you can have a seat. Anything else in the plaintiff?
Your Honor, I would just say that the withholding of the rent is against the lease agreement, and placing in the attorney's escrow and paying contractors and paying for supplies at Lowe's and Home Depot is completely, it's wrong. And what I put in the motion to compel payment of rent is that the case law, we're disputing, and we filed an answer disputing that, we're on the hook for some of these repairs, but longstanding Michigan common law provides that tenants' duty to pay rent is independent of the landlord's alleged covenant to repair in the commercial context. And that's the Rheum case from the Michigan Supreme Court, and Detroit Marine Terminals is an unpublished.
Yeah, but statutorily that's been changed. So I understand the common law rule.
In the residential context, Your Honor.
I see what you're Go ahead.
Your Honor, and that's all I have, unless you have any questions for plaintiff.
Is there another hearing set before Judge Outside?
Yes.
What day?
On November 7th,
I believe it's Wednesday, this
Yeah.
upcoming
this
Wednesday.
coming Wednesday.
The basis for the termination in this case is really breach of their obligation, in a lot of ways, the obligation to pay rent in this case. I think, as I was trying to point out, there are, as this court views it, additional problems and concerns regarding the use of this money. So what I am going to order, which is also unusual to order these cases, but I will order it, that the defendants are to provide to the court an accounting of the escrow paid into whatever the account was and the disbursement.
Yeah, because it wasn't
Yes,
an
it's-
escrow.
Yeah, it was. I'm actually not sure if the money's there, because the way she made it sound like, it sounded like the money was given to her in quote escrow, and then was used
And then she
to.
paid the contractors for those repairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the money isn't there.
Yes. And I think, I don't doubt that she told her clients that this is how it works, and her clients were like, oh yeah, sure, that's how it works. Okay, that makes sense. But that's not how it works. You basically have to have,
This is
I was going to say, you basically have to have double
she can
money.
get sanctioned for this.
You have to have the money for the contractors, and then you have to have the same amount of money to put in the escrow. Because it's supposed to show that if I needed to pay rent, I could. And I'm not just claiming I'm withholding it.
Like, what you would do, because you don't need to technically have double, but you have to be, so see him, you have to be communicative with your contractors. So what you would tell the contractors is like, okay, so we have the money to pay you. It's being withheld from rent for necessary repairs to the company in this escrow account. The contractor will very likely, okay, cool, we're gonna work with you, complete the work, and then once the judge orders it, he will disperse that escrow account into the contractors in lieu of paying rent, and that's all done through the courts. She has gone several steps further by basically acting like judge, jury, and executioner here in her handling of these funds. She has jumped the gun, and that's going to be really bad, not only for this case, but for the case that is in circuit court right now.
Yeah. And I feel bad for anybody that ends up with this woman. Like, certainly if you look her up, there's got to be like negative reviews.
She needs to be like, there needs to be bar complaints. That she needs to be disbarred, she needs to be sanctioned, suspended, whatever the fuck. But like, this is now the second time we've seen her fucking around, not just with like landlord-tenant law, but specifically with these fucking escrow accounts. I remember last one, there was an escrow account with like $5,000 in it that like was fucking a point of contention with her. So like, this is a problem.
Yeah, it needs to go. She needs to go.
Your Honor, in my answer to plaintiff's complaint to recover possession of the property and my motions to eviction, motion to transfer case, and proposed order proceeding, I explained everything, and I included as the very last page, which was exhibit, I can't read my own writing, B2, an accounting.
Which one was it?
That was defendant's answer to plaintiff's complaint. It was filed on October 24th. They got a copy, and the last page of that entire filing is an accounting of expenses paid.
Are the receipts attached?
I don't have, I can get the receipt.
I want the receipts attached. I want a very detailed accounting of what came in,
Yes,
what was paid out.
yes.
I want receipts for all of those
We
transactions.
have contracts, we have paid receipts. And an explanation of everything that the money went for.
Are you done now?
And the term of the lease under which that expense was made.
Are you now done? Presume yes. So I want that accounting. I am also going to order, how much is the base monthly rent?
$5,500.
Per month.
Per month. Which
Man,
was
these tenants, this
November paid to
25
you?
year standing. Hold on. There we go. This 25-year standing fucking horse boarding farm place just got absolutely fucked by a boomer lawyer.
Yeah.
Like, that's just what happened.
And like you can hear it with like a lot of the details that are coming out in the case. Like it sounds like they otherwise could have had a strong case. At least to some degree. But the lawyers like fucked them royally. And she's like, no, yeah, just give all the money to me and you know, that'll be escrow and I'll handle it. And then they get into court and the judge is like, yeah, that's not how escrow works. You're probably fucking this case. You're now involved in this case when you shouldn't be. And I can't imagine what they're thinking. Sitting beside her over there like, fuck, what happened? Like, did we get scammed? What is he saying? What does he mean that like she did everything wrong?
Yeah, no, that was cringe because it really does show like, yeah, you can win or lose a case based just on the competency of your lawyer.
Yeah. I'll let the last 4 minutes play out.
Yeah.
The check was sent.
When was the check sent?
The check was paid out of Bank of Ann Arbor's bill payer on the 1st of the month.
And at this point, you haven't received a check. Give me 55 divided by 4 times 3.
Divided by 4
Times 3, yes. 41.25. I'm going to order.
Lawyers and
that
judges doing math, guys.
the
Be careful.
Defendants are deposed with the court within 7 days. Escrow for November prorated in the amount of $4,125. And then are deposed with the court $5,500 on the 1st of each month, and that rent ordinarily would be due. How long will it take you to get that?
I think the court's microphones are too sensitive. Like they're picking. Like I think that's what's happening is like some of those empty microphones are either turned on, which they shouldn't be, and they're actually just picking up like the judge's fucking booming voice.
Yeah.
To me, Mr.
I'll have it to you tomorrow, Monday.
You've got a hearing before Judge Outside next week.
Wednesday.
So I will then adjourn these proceedings. See where that has gotten to November 21st.
Is that before Thanksgiving? No.
It is.
It is? Is it the Wednesday before Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving is on the 27th.
Your Honor, I am scheduled to be out of town with my family and relative in Portland, Oregon.
Oh God
What
damn
days?
it!
From the 20th to December 3rd.
Then fine.
Are you kidding me? Multiple
you
weeks?
next
Get
Friday.
out of here, Jesus Christ! Like, I know the judge can't do this, but dear God, I just want to look at those clients of hers in the eyes and goes, "You gotta get out of here. You gotta fire her. She's a fucking nightmare for your case."
You will lose.
I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah, you will lose. You absolutely, you're gonna lose if you keep this lawyer.
The other party could murder your firstborn. She might get you the death penalty.
Next Friday?
Yep, the 14th. At what time?
2 p.m.
2 p.m. in person.
Dear
All right, by
God.
that time, the escrow, at least the first payment of the escrow, should have been paid, or some verification of the receipt.
Of what happened, yeah.
And
That's
what-
some kind of fraud there. If she says that, if the lawyer says that, oh yeah, this was an escrow account that then was dispersed, how did you have the ability, the legal avenue to even disperse that? Because like the bank, if it's a proper escrow account, the bank prevents, the client or the tenant, the landlord, anybody from accessing those funds, which is why those funds have to be dispersed. So it's clear that this wasn't an actual escrow account that was created. This was like maybe one of her side accounts or whatever that she just facilitated and purported to our clients that it was an escrow account. That is fraud.
Yeah. This is Michigan, by the way, I believe. But yeah, she has fucked their case. And I really...
Yeah, this is fucked beyond repair.
I just want to sit down interview with the two of them and be like, so what were you thinking? Like...
No, I want to interview this lawyer. And I want to be like, okay, look. I gotta know, are you okay? Is there a ringing in your ears? Like, just do the Gustavo Fring fucking thing when he tells Walter to explain himself. Like, because this girl is, it's now 2 cases that we've seen her not only blow up, but become a member of, become one of the defendants of. That's insane. But this should not be happening.
Is there any way a judge can decide someone doesn't have proper representation? So, to some degree, yes, but really
If
only
it's
in
egregious
criminal.
enough, yeah.
It really only happens in criminal cases.
Yeah, that's kind of where it's gonna be.
Yeah, in civil cases, it's not really a thing. In criminal cases, I have seen judges before be like, no, like, you can't represent this person. You were clearly not doing them any favors, and you were going to get them put in jail.
There you go. Monstrosity on Twitch says, so what happens to the escrow after the case? I said the resolution of the case will determine where the escrow pays out to.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's kind of like the whole...
Which is why the escrow has to be in the bank.
Exactly. Not in her fucking credit card. Like, it's very it's sussy behavior from this fucking boomer lawyer. I'm not gonna lie. And I think she's been doing it for a while, and now she's getting incompetent enough in her old age that it's being caught on to. Because this is not the actions of somebody who's only, this is the first time I'm trying this. No, this is maybe one of the first times you've been caught, but I think you've been doing this kind of shit for a while now.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody did a deep dive into this lawyer and it came out that, like, every single case she had some sort of fuckery going on. Maybe not every single one, but a lot of them.
Yeah, this is very suspicious. Not ever, but, like, yeah, exactly. It doesn't, something's hitting my, my spidey sense.
Your almonds are activating.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, pretty much. The Tylenol that I took is vibrating inside me.
But we had to cover that one, chat, because like we've touched on her once before. I'm surprised she came back to court. The last one was so bad, I sort of figured like maybe that was one of her last cases ever. But no, apparently she's got multiple like in the chamber right now. So good fucking luck for those people, I guess.
Yeah, no, for real.
Oh, but this next one was suggested by Ava. And basically, this is an example.
Yes, I haven't seen it, by the way.
Yeah,
I just saw the title and this has to be good.
Some of it's good. I sat down and watched it.
Oh, okay, you did see, okay.
This is a really good example of just because you're a lawyer doesn't mean you can handle your own case.
Yeah, look, when it comes to... It's why any lawyer with their sauce is usually going to get their own lawyer. You're too close to the situation to see it clearly enough to actually like zealously advocate for yourself. Some people can manage it, but those people are low-key sociopaths who can already step outside their emotions. If you are a normal, reasonable, emotional person, you cannot represent yourself in court. You're too close to the situation.
Yes. And granted, I believe this lawyer does have his own lawyer, but he insisted that he take the stand in his trial.
Oh no, come on, man.
Any lawyer worth their salt will always tell you, not just so you don't say anything bad, but you never want your client to take the stand in their own trial. Because anything you say can cause a shit fit.
Most of the time, usually.
Yeah.
There's a couple, like, if it's a fucking slam dunk smoking bullet thing that you have in, you know, your client's testimony, then okay, sure. But most of, like, 9 out of 10 times, you don't want them taking the stand because cross can fucking end up killing you. Because you never know exactly what your client is going to respond with when they're actually on the stand.
Yep. Oh, yeah, this is from Audit the Court.
And here we go. Audit the Court. Yeah.
I believe this is from the same guys that do Audit the Audit or something. I think it's called Audit the Audit. It's where they
it's Audit the Auditor, I think.
Yeah.
And which I actually like because it shows like there's First Amendment and like Bill of Rights auditors who go around, and honestly they're just jackasses. They might technically be in the legal right, but honestly, get the fuck out of here with that shit. There's a few auditors that do a very good job, and that's pretty much what that Audit the Auditor channel does, is it focuses on exposing poor auditing practices when you come to, like, you know, you go to a library or a post office, a government-owned building, to try and see if they actually respect your rights. There's a way to do it, and they actually draw the line and go, hey, this is bad, this is good.
Yeah, I don't always like their channel because I do feel like they have sort of a slant towards the auditors.
Yeah, they have a bias.
Like, there was one that kind of annoyed me where they're like, oh, well, you know, he did really good. I wish he chose a slightly better venue, but you know, any venue's a good venue to, like, kind of prove your point sort of deal. And the venue was like some fucking old person's home where he was filming inside the windows of these, like, poor old people. I'm like, no.
What the fuck?
Like, yeah, you can...
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Like, yeah, you're on the sidewalk, and technically you are allowed to film it, but these are, like, poor little old people. Like, leave them the fuck alone, dude. Like, yeah, the officer...
Yeah, what the hell?
The officer in this specific case was a bit of a jackass, but I'm still like, you know what? If I was the officer, I probably would have been a jackass too. Like, leave my 80-year-old grandma alone. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that is so fucking... I don't even know how to... Dude, you're filming old people. What is that?
Like, the best use for, like, auditor cases is government facilities. And definitely look at your state laws for government facilities, because some of them get, like, kind of high-key upset when it comes to, like, FBI places and military facilities. But, like, it's fine when it's, like, government facilities. When the government facility is not, like, a medical building or an old person's home. Like, leave the sick people alone and leave the old people alone. There's really no point to that. And so I've heard some of their explanations, too, where they're like, well, we do it here because the police get a lot more protective of these areas, even if they don't have, like, a legal right to be. It's like, yeah, everybody gets more protective of those areas.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing, too. Like, a government-run old folks' home isn't technically open for audit for First Amendment shit. Like, I'm sorry, it's just not. You have many private citizens utilizing public services, sure, but that doesn't mean you get to fucking violate their privacy. So there's several issues with that video specifically that I'm kind of like, yeah, now I have to look at that entire channel again and make sure they're not doing even more fucking weird shit.
Yeah. Like, no, go for the government facilities, but leave the hospitals alone, leave the old folks home.
Go for the post office, go for the DMV. No, don't go for the DMV.
I remember one guy
because
tried to
they're,
do it in front of
contracted.
like a school, and I was like, I don't know if this is an auditor. I think this might just be a pedophile. Like,
Oh my god.
like no, there's certain areas that yes, you are technically allowed to film, and yes, you technically it's more likely for you to get a reaction because police are more protective of those areas, but everybody's more protective of those areas because they're vulnerable
Yeah.
people in those areas. They can't really defend themselves.
No, that's what's kind of fucking wild.
I
mean, bro.
I hate to go on that tangent, but that I saw some of those videos and it was just upsetting me. I'm like, yeah, they're technically right, but I still want to punch them in the face. It's also not good for your movement in general. You can be right, but you still need to look sympathetic to the average person. And when you quote unquote audit these places with vulnerable people, you don't really look sympathetic to the point where
No, you look like a jackass.
yeah, to the point where the average person, when you hear First Amendment auditor, if they know what it is, they kind of have like a cringe response. They're not like, oh, that's somebody that's like fighting for First Amendment rights. They're like, ugh, isn't that those assholes? Like,
Yeah, it's kind of like the assholes who like will tape up a fucking picture of like that just says like, oh, I don't answer questions. You don't need to hold my ID. Fucking blah blah blah. It's like, okay, technically you're in the right here, but you're also so fucking like obtuse about it. Honestly, I hope you get arrested.
yeah,
Like,
like just make everybody's day like slightly easier, and then fight it out in court or whatever. I don't know.
In May of 2022, Las Vegas Review-Journal reporter Jeff German published the first in a series of articles regarding attorney and then Clark County Public Administrator Robert Tellis, including allegations of a hostile work environment in the administrator's office under his leadership. Following the articles, Mr. Tellis lost his re-election bid for public administrator in June of 2022. Several months later, in September of 2022, Mr. German was found stabbed to death outside his home. Surveillance footage showed a suspect wearing a bright orange long-sleeve shirt and wide-brimmed hat. And
look, I know you're trying to hide from the
Jesus
police because
Christ.
you're about to kill somebody, but like, what is this fucking outfit,
but that's
bro?
about like, dude, it looks like it's 80 degrees outside, and you are in the fucking weirdest outfit I've ever seen.
Like, what? Yeah, if people are going back to look at surveillance camera footage to find the killer.
I'm sorry, dude. You're suspicious.
footage showed a suspect wearing a bright orange long-sleeve shirt and wide-brimmed hat and driving a maroon GMC Yukon Denali, just like
another random thing. If you have a choice in what kind of car you're buying, typically go for silver or black. Police are just substantially less likely to stop silver and black cars because they don't stand out as much.
Yeah.
the one registered to Mr.
Yeah, when it
Tellis
comes to
a few days after the
unique color, maroon, when it comes to any red, maroon, blue, fucking, these are like pull me over colors to cops. Cops are weirdly like, they're colorblind, but only to black and gray.
Yeah. Well, it's just because the reds like stand out a lot.
Oh, dude, the red, look, I've had several people who have owned a red car and said they've never been pulled over more than when they owned that red car.
Yeah.
Metropolitan Police Department brought Mr. Tellis in for questioning and searched his house, collecting enough evidence to arrest him for Mr. German's murder. In addition to the evidence found in Mr. Tellis's home, his DNA was also found under Mr. German's fingernails. A grand jury indicted Mr. Tellis in the Clark County District Court for first.
I'm just gonna say,
First
like
degree,
with murder
okay.
cases, if your DNA is under somebody's fingernails and they're not like an intimate partner, you're basically fucked.
I mean, yeah, that's really bad. But this is first degree. I don't know what state this is, But depending on the state, that means
Nevada.
death penalties on the table.
State Nevada
I don't
versus
know that
Robert
they have
Tells.
the death penalty. I don't. I'd have to look that up. But typically speaking, if they have the death penalty as an option, first-degree murder is about the only conviction you can get that will actually get you to that standard.
Yeah.
Degree murder on October 20th, 2022, setting the stage for a highly publicized trial that began on August 12th, 2024. During this time, Mr. Tellis hired and fired 3 different attorneys, represented himself for a period of time, and finally retained criminal defense attorney Robert Draskevich in February of 2024. Throughout the pendency of his case, Mr. Tellis maintained his innocence and chose to take the case to trial. During his jury trial, Mr. Tellis took the witness stand to tell his story directly to the jury.
Oh,
Rather than
no,
being questioned
no.
by his attorney, he spoke freely in a narrative style, which is an unusual but permissible decision. While on the stand, Mr. Tellis denied the murder allegations and suggested that Mr. Gehrman was killed by a professional hitman who was framing him for the murder. During his nearly 3-hour testimony, Mr. Tellis went
What?
It was a
Oh my
professional
God,
hitman
okay,
who's
okay.
framing specifically me.
Holy shit. That's fucking hilarious. Damn.
If
dude,
somebody-
what'd you get to get on Deadshot's fucking bad side?
Like, if somebody
Are we-
paid a professional hitman to kill somebody and frame you, why wouldn't they just pay the hitman to kill you? Like,
Yeah, this is
why would they target them instead of just you?
Yeah, I don't like that's fucking hilarious.
on to include accusations of a broader conspiracy to frame him involving multiple state actors, such as the prosecutor, local police, and the forensics lab that processed the evidence in the case. Now, because Mr. Tellis chose to testify, the state was given the opportunity to cross-examine him after he shared his story. Prosecutor
That's gotta be
Christopher
amazing.
Hamner questioned Mr. Tellis, confronting him with the evidence against him and exploring his theory that he was framed for Mr. Gehrman's murder in further depth.
Let's talk about your house for a second. When they went over to your house, they took a look underneath your couch. Publishing 224. That's your couch, right?
That is my couch.
And underneath your couch is a shoe,
What is all
a
that?
chopped up shoe, right?
Right.
Okay. That's the gray Nike, correct?
Pure so, yes, sir.
Publishing 228. That's what it looks like, correct?
Yes, sir.
It's gray in color, correct?
Yes.
It is a
Oh,
Nike
no.
brand, correct?
Yes, sir.
It has a black swoosh, correct?
Yes, sir.
It has 4 horizontal or at least vertical bars in the middle of that shoe, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. You would agree with me. That's the shoe that the killer was wearing, correct?
I don't know that that's the case.
You don't know? Well, it sure looks a heck of a lot like it, right?
Yes, it could be the same model, but it could be a different size.
Sure.
This is
That's
what
a both-
somebody who thinks they're way smarter than they are always says. Like, yeah, it looks
Yeah,
quite
yeah.
similar, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's the same one.
Look, gosh, look, it's very likely that this is the same shoe. But have you considered the possibility that it might not be?
Yeah.
Like, what?
The thing is, it's not that that's not a true statement. That is technically a true statement. It's a Nike shoe. They were mass produced. There's thousands of them all over the place. But it's not a good argument in front of a jury.
Especially when the other shoe, they have the one shoe that was on the victim, but they have the missing shoe. That shoe is present in your apartment, and it's actually the opposing shoe of what's missing, right? Like, okay, we have the left shoe. We found a right Nike shoe of the same brand and size in your apartment. What do you say to that? Like, at one point, the circumstances become overwhelmingly in the like, what happened? Like, people think everything's a Sherlock novel. It's usually not. It's usually the most reasonable explanation is usually what happened.
Exactly.
let's just look at it.
If the shoe doesn't fit, you must
I don't
quit.
disagree that it's the same model.
Right. It's the exact same type of shoe, right?
Right.
Okay. So we're not in dispute about that. We can agree on that, right?
Right, yes, sir.
And your DNA is in those shoes that are found in your house, correct?
Uh-oh.
I don't know that to be the case.
Okay, but that's the whole thing of like, it's a setup and I think the DNA people are framing me. Something along those lines, right?
Whether it's them or someone else?
You've
sure.
heard the results. The results say that your DNA is in that shoe. I mean, we did hear that, correct?
That is what we heard.
Okay, and you just think it's just another part of the conspiracy to somehow get your DNA into those shoes.
So I
This
believe
is
that
what's-
there are officers who, when they think that a fellow officer needs help plugging holes in the case, that they're willing to do what they have to.
Look, all I know is it's never been a strong argument to say that everyone is against you but you. Everyone is corrupt but you. That's not a strong argument. And him as a lawyer should fucking know this.
Well, and it goes to the fact that I think this is well understood. The bigger a conspiracy is, the more people that are involved in it, the harder it is to keep it quiet. So if this many people
big
are in a
time.
conspiracy against you, you're telling me not a single one of them is squealed? And you can't point to even just
come
one of
on,
them that
come
is
on.
specifically involved in it?
Yeah.
Like, the bigger it gets, the more it beggars belief that nobody has slipped up and said something.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But before we move on, I gotta ask you this too. So like if Metro's really, so you think Metro's framing you for this?
As I said before, I think that we've got some officers who are overzealous and who've decided to help Jappy plug holes in his case,
Sure.
not knowing what his relationship was with Compass Realty.
Here's
I object, sir, if you'd be allowed to answer the question before
okay.
next question, please.
Sir, I got a question for you. If the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department wanted to frame you, why didn't they put the murder weapon in your house?
I think that maybe, I don't know. I mean, it's a good question. I mean,
Great question, because if the murder weapon that had Garman's DNA in was inside your house, wouldn't that be an even better case?
yeah, but at the same time, I think
But it's not there, is it?
no.
No, it's not. Even
There you
though,
go. Yeah, that's a
according to
good- that's a
control
good line of
everything,
questioning.
They don't put the murder weapon on you? Does
Well,
that make any sense?
I think it does.
Okay.
That was such a perfect. I didn't even mean to pause so well, but that was such a perfect pause. I
Yeah,
think
no,
it
it's
does.
good.
Okay. All right. So we're dealing with crazy person. Honestly, judge motion to have this man psychologically evaluated.
Hey,
But
completely.
yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing with the conspiracy is like, look, the one thing the prosecutor is going to want is a murder weapon. If they're going to plant anything on you to frame you, it's going to be the murder weapon. I mean, that's a pretty much all. That's an airtight case for a prosecutor. So why would they not do anything less than airtight?
Exactly. I have a random side thing, Ava. Ava, have you ever played the Altelier games? The little alchemist games?
I don't think I have.
The famous one that everybody knew was Altelier Riza, which was the brown-haired, short-haired girl with the thick
yeah,
thighs.
No, I haven't. It had thick thighs.
No, she was very famous for her very thick
Yeah,
thighs.
gotcha. Look, she was giving.
She was what?
She was giving. She was very generous.
Here, let me pop this open really quick for you, and for chat, I guess.
Okay, hold on. Let me.
This is her thighs, her very famous thighs. Oh wait, what? Discord. But chat, this is the girl I am not talking about. Gotta have Discord everywhere. It's her famously thick thighs. And I mention it because I got a little notification on Steam. Her game came out in 2019. It is being delisted from the Steam store in a day. And
What?
all 3 games in her trilogy are being re-released as a DX version. And I'm confused because they're very new. And they're getting like a re-release already.
That seems bizarre.
And all of the old ones are being delisted. I will say though,
yeah, what the fuck?
I will say though, if you have not tried them before, I recommend you to try them. And all 3 games as a combined package in the re-release are $80, like as a singular package.
Oh, okay.
So it's actually a really good deal, all things considered. The original games were $60 each, and all of them individually are $40.
Okay, so I guess that's not bad.
Yeah, individually, all of them are $40 now, and the collective packet, if you get all 3 together, is $80.
They removed Hi-Fi Rush music from everywhere, really.
They have. That actually came out the other day. People were talking about it. For some reason, all of Hi-Fi Rush's stuff has been delisted. Sounds like it isn't being done by Steam, but the publisher creator. No, it's definitely being done by the publisher. I'm just confused because these were fairly new games.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a publisher decision.
That said, if you haven't played them before, I recommend to buy the complete pack. The Riza games are fantastic. Even if people were a little salty about the first one. But I just, it came up in my feed and I wanted to mention it. On the Hi-Fi Rush thing, I have no idea why. I haven't seen anybody find some information about it yet. It's just all of their music has been removed. What was interesting is somebody sent me the actual album playlist itself is still listed on YouTube Music, but it's empty. There's no music in it. But the actual album listing is still there.
Oh, that's bizarre.
So nobody knows what the fuck is happening.
Yeah, no, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, the world is getting weird, and we don't know what's happening with anything anymore.
No, it really is. I mean, look, like the censorship is getting fucking. I don't think I've ever seen it this bad in my lifetime.
Also, Cardinal Crimson, I'm not gonna lie, I have all 3, and I'm considering buying the GX edition because I really liked Riza.
Damn.
I really like the Riza games. They were really good.
Mizu signed off on that series.
I love the series. It's very fun. Some people, some of the diehard Atelier fans hate it because it simplified some of the crafting mechanics. But for me, I thought that's what made it fun. Because in the original, everything had very specific crafting recipes. Where in this one, you can, if you play your cards right, you can create infinite loops of items that just constantly get stronger and stronger. But you have to like really hard work for it.
Okay.
And they hated that part of it. They're like, no, you're not supposed to be able to do that.
Look, my autism fucking adores a complicated crafting system. It really does. But for playability and like general enjoyability and like quality of life, you want a simplified crafting system. You don't want like a million fucking different ingredients to create one niche fucking item. You want to be able to create most items through like maybe a pool of like 12 items. You know?
Well, I mean, they still have like a million items, but what they do is items have different traits to them. So you can build just about anything playing the game casually. But if you want it to be strong, you have to sit down and read through all the different traits and what they do.
Which is fine, yeah.
So I think a lot of people didn't understand it. They actually made it so both sides kind of get what they want. The casual people can just play and do it, but the hardcore people can sit down and like min-max everything they want if they just read it.
And like that's the shit that I had to when I get into my I don't know when it's gonna happen, but like at one point, every once in a while, everyone gets super hardcore addicted to Minecraft for like 2 weeks.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'm gonna use my 2 weeks to like redo my like my little potion alchemy area. Then I'm just gonna fuck around with the potion system because that's what I love to do in that game. But again, it has to hit me, and the 2 weeks of addiction has not hit me yet. So
Yeah. Oh, but sorry for the side tangent, chat. I will continue.
it's a little sidebar. It's a sidebar. It's a sidebar. You know what we're gonna have? I want to create an asset where it's hold on.
Compass real-
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, oh, 2G,
I paused it. It
I
was
want to
fine.
create an asset where when we have a sidebar, we actually have like a freaking transition where it just freaking has a thing. It just says sidebar across the screen, like where the preview is. It just says sidebar across as it's paused.
That's funny.
If Compass Realty wants to kill you, why don't they encourage Metro like, we'd really like you to put the murder weapon in there? Why didn't they do something like that?
I don't know.
That seems really odd that the most significant thing is not in your house, correct?
I think what's odd is that 5 days after the murder, that supposedly there was a shoe
So the answer
and
to my
also a
question-
hat in my house.
So the answer to my question, the most significant piece of evidence, the murder weapon, is not in your house despite your theory you've been framed.
That's correct, sir.
Let's talk about this. We've seen the picture of the killer. What's the most notable thing, by far the most notable thing on the killer's person?
It's either the hat or the shirt.
It's the shirt, right? And that shirt is not in your house, is it?
No.
If Metro or Compass or Rita or Cliff all wanted to frame you, why didn't they put the bright orange coat in your house?
I couldn't speak to that. All I can tell
Doesn't
you is,
that sound not very professional if they're trying to set you up?
I don't know, maybe for plausibility's sake, they put half the
Oh,
stuff
they
in
want to
there. I'm
dial
not
it
sure.
back.
I don't know.
Okay. Here's another thing. Why don't they cover your car in Gehrman's DNA? Why did they do that?
Because they didn't
Okay,
have
that
access to the
okay. Look, just phrasing. I have to phrasing for a second.
Crazy.
Why didn't they cover your car in DNA? Well, because that's lewd.
Exactly.
car until the day that Mr. Mogg took photos.
But they have, I mean, they control everything. They take it to their CSI garage and rub it full of DNA. Why is there no DNA of Gehrman in your car? And yet they want to frame you. Why isn't it there? Do you have an answer for that?
Sir, I don't know.
Okay, but one of the things that we do know is that prior to your arrest, you do in fact wash that car, correct?
The exterior only.
You still wash it, correct?
Oh, yes.
And your testimony to
Just
this
still
jury
wash
was,
it.
after Rita told me about the tweets about the car that I found so strikingly similar, I went out and washed my car. You told them that on direct, isn't that correct?
No, sir.
Hey, what the fuck?
I meant Roberta. After Roberta told you, gosh, that looks just like your car, and you read John R. Custer's tweet, you went out and that prompted you to start washing the Yukon.
No.
That's not your testimony.
No. I said that I washed all 3 vehicles.
Great. Including your Yukon.
Yes.
Right. Because you'd agree if you only wash one of them, that might look a little suspicious, right?
I don't know that I was planning things to be suspicious or not suspicious, sir.
Okay. But let's just be clear.
That's a fantastic thing to say
Yeah,
to the
that's
jury.
dude. He's cornered.
I wasn't
He's fucking
planning
cornered.
to be
Like
suspicious.
this guy's a little too this prosecutor is a little too like animated and fucking like a little loud and fucking like, okay, you know, you can chill just a little bit. You've got a good case here, but he is fully cornered. Like the Mr. Fullbald over there is fully cornered.
Yeah.
You would agree with me, washing things can make evidence go away, isn't that right?
I would think DNA evidence would be inside of a vehicle, not on the outside, sir.
Okay. Sir, you'd be surprised.
Okay.
But that's
well,
not the
I guess
point.
I guess I would be surprised then.
My question is this. Washing things can make evidence go away, correct?
Could it possibly? Yes.
Thank you.
Prosecutor Hamner challenges Mr. Tellis's theory that he was framed for the murder by questioning him about the logic behind his story. While cross-examining a witness, attorneys are not permitted to argue directly to the jury or express personal opinions about the evidence. Additionally, under Section 50.115 of the Nevada Revised Statutes, cross-examination is generally limited to the topics covered during direct examination, or in Mr. Tellis's case, his narrative testimony, and questions regarding the witness's credibility. Here, Mr. Hamner questions Mr. Tellis about his argument that he was framed for the murder in an apparent attempt to point out its infeasibility. For instance, Mr. Hamner asks why, if others had truly conspired to frame him, they would not have gone further and planted the most incriminating evidence possible, such as the murder weapon or the bright orange shirt seen in the surveillance footage of the killer. In this line of questioning, Mr. Hamner's strategy appears to be to expose the internal inconsistencies in Mr. Tellis's direct testimony that he was framed for the murder by highlighting how illogical and unbelievable his version of events really is.
Let's continue down the path of what's in your phone. We're going to be publishing Exhibit 354. If we could just cue over for a second to the overhead. This is this extraction report that has a lot of images regarding Google Maps in your phone. Do you remember hearing testimony about this?
Stop bringing your phone with you to do a murder. There's so much, like, tracking in those fucking things. They can, like, even if you have your phone turned off these days, they can pinpoint you to, like, the square foot that you're standing in at any given time.
That's what I heard.
Okay. And the date on this is August 12th of 2022. Isn't that correct? That's when these files appear. Isn't that right?
That's when it purports to have appeared.
Sir, you would agree with me. You don't actually have to go to Bronze Circle to get Google Maps to generate these images, correct? All you have to do is go to the website. Isn't that right?
For any location, sure. Yes.
Sure. And this is what, about 2 to 3 weeks before Mr. Garman is killed?
If we can trust the date, yes.
All right. So, sir, I'm opening the folder that says Bronze Circle. If we could cue over, please. That's Jeff Garman's house, correct?
I have come to learn that it is his house.
That's a great point. You've come to learn that because prior to this all happening, you had never been over to the house, correct?
Correct.
You'd have no reason to be over at that house, correct?
That is absolutely correct.
You don't even know where he lives because I'm sure Mr. Garman didn't give you his personal address.
That is absolutely correct.
And yet the weird thing is, when we go through these images, when we start getting to like the Google Maps data, like that's his house, right?
It looks like that is the house.
Yeah. Same thing, that's his house, right?
I've got to say, I love when people who are trying to act innocent do this, where they do like the lean in and eye squint, and they're like, no, that appears to be the location that you purport to say to us here today that might maybe be. Like, bro, just say, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the house. You know it's the house. They know it's the house. Everybody knows it's the house. Doing this like whole rigmarole
Right back. Sorry about that.
is not like winning you any favors with the jury. I don't know how much of that you heard.
I heard most of it. Or good.
I just hate when people do that. Just
No,
say
big
yes,
time.
it's the
Just
house. Like,
dumb. Exactly. I'm not really sure. Okay, dude, I swear to God.
Appears to be.
Like if we look over here in the back, that's literally the very spot where Mr. Garman breathes his last breath. Is that right?
Objection, all speculation.
Sustained.
That's the very last spot that we see Mr. Garman from that body cam, right? He's lying right over there.
It looks like a similar area.
Similar. It's the area, isn't it?
If you say so, sure.
So you don't believe that's the spot?
I mean, it looks like the house, so I would think.
How about there? Isn't that where Mr. Garman was found by the police?
And I would think likely so.
And the very spot that his body is lying is inside your phone.
That is very strange. I mean, how does someone plan to have a victim in a particular area at their home? That's, again.
So you would agree with me that if you were planning to kill someone at their house, it might be a good idea to get a lay of the land, right?
I've never plotted to kill anyone.
Well, I didn't say you. I'm just talking hypothetically. You would agree with me that if you were planning to kill someone, it might be a good idea to get a lay of the land, correct?
I object. It's a hypothetical question. He's not an expert, so.
Oh, we'll take an answer.
Let me ask you that question one more time. You'd agree with me that if you're planning on killing someone, it's a good idea to get the lay of the land, right?
I don't know. I don't know what the circumstances are. I don't know what you're talking about as far as where you want to, do this deed or whatever.
Mr. Tellis, if you wanted, let's do it. You don't want to answer the question. We'll do it another way.
Again, I'd object to characterization.
Mr. Tellis, if you're planning on doing something, you want to prepare for it, correct?
It depends on what you're planning to do.
Okay. How about your work? As a public administrator, did you prepare every day to go to work to be competent at what you're doing?
Yes.
Did you do that because it's important to do the job correctly?
Yes, sir.
And if the stakes are really big, you want to make sure you're super prepared?
Yes, sir.
Okay. There's over 100 images of Bronze Circle neighborhood in your house, correct? In your phone. Isn't that right?
I don't know that they are, sir.
Okay. Well, then let's start clicking.
Plus, again, I wouldn't use my card.
It's not my question. My question is, this is contained in your phone, right, sir?
I don't believe so.
Okay, you don't believe so?
If it is in
That's
there,
ridiculous.
I didn't put it there, sir.
Okay.
What's ridiculous?
That he's taken this many pictures.
Yeah. Like, also, what are with some of these pictures he's taken? Like, these angles? Like, what exactly were you trying to get out of this one?
Yeah, that's weird.
Like, this is unironically, like the psycho you see in the movie that's just taking pictures of literally every possible thing.
Yeah. He's over planning.
Yeah.
So the answer is it's there, but you didn't put it there, correct?
Again, I do not know that it's there, and I certainly did not put it there.
Okay, so we're just, okay, sir. You did.
You're asking me to testify something that I can't tell you is true.
Right. But you did hear the testimony of someone coming and said, I looked in his phone and that stuff is there, correct?
That's what they've said.
It's the same phone that your expert looked at, correct? To extract Celebrite data from, right? It's the exact same phone, correct?
Sure.
Did you ever hear Mr. Aguero ever say that your phone was compromised in any way? Did you ever hear that from him?
We never asked him that question.
Okay, but he didn't say it, did he?
The question was never asked.
Right. He looked at your data, he prepared a report, and alerted no one to any problems with your phone, correct?
I don't know.
I would object to, he was not called upon to review the phone. He reviewed the Celebrite extraction from the phone, so I object to this line of question.
We can move on. You heard from Matt Hovanec from the DFL department. He testified that there weren't any issues with this phone, correct? When he looked at data that came from it, correct?
He said that, I guess they try not to modify contents of things, but he didn't say that it was impossible.
Okay. Here, well, we can do this too. You got up on direct examination and you went through message by message by message, and you didn't complain about any of the messages that were on September 2nd, correct?
I dispute.
I object as to complaint.
Rephrase the question.
Sure. You offered testimony to this jury about the timeline, correct?
Yes.
You went text by text and phone call by phone call, and you explained things, right?
Right.
At no point did you say, oh, there's a problem here, correct?
Correct.
You had no problem with that information, did you?
Right.
Okay. Sir, do you find it a little bit strange that when you find information that's helpful for you in your phone, you don't think there's a problem with it, but when there's damaging evidence in your phone, you believe maybe it's been hacked or compromised?
I do think that if someone was trying to frame me, that obviously they would leave the content that I made on the phone as well as whatever they decided to put on there. Yes.
And as we see here, like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different houses are being photographed, correct?
If that is truly what was on my phone, then supposedly sure.
Okay.
That's
Here's a
strange
good
ass
example.
behavior.
In this image, there's a security camera being focused on in the image, correct?
That's what it appears to be, which brings up a question that I would have.
There's no
I don't mean to cut him off because he's gonna say something ridiculously retarded. But oh, that is actually quite interesting. You know, that brings up a question that I personally would have. Shut the fuck up, dude. You're about to bury yourself.
Just shut up. Just shut up.
What are you talking?
Is this guy plotting a rob? Yeah, dude, and I swear to God, this feels like somebody casing a joint. Or several joints, just saying.
It's wild, too. Like, it brings up some questions I would have. I can't.
Yeah.
So stupid.
question pending, and you're going to get a chance on redirect. You'll be able to say whatever you need to say. But let's be clear. There's an image that isolates on a security camera for the next door neighbor with Mr. Gehrman. And it's right there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. There's one right there.
And here was something I remember you told me about. When you started out, what was your first job again?
IT.
IT. You've got a technical background, correct?
Right.
I believe even on direct examination, you described yourself as a techie, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
So you know your way around a computer, right?
Right.
Fair to say you know your way around different software, correct?
Right.
Fair to say you know your way around a cell phone, right?
Right.
You certainly know how to use Google Maps, right?
I think a lot of people do.
Right. Anyone could use that, correct?
Right.
And you would consider yourself a fairly thorough person in your work as a public administrator, right?
More thorough than to do something like that, sure.
You consider yourself detail-oriented?
I do.
Okay. Can we cue over for 1 second to the overhead? There's over 132 images in your phone focusing on that. Would
Holy
you say
fucking
that's
shit.
a lot of detail?
If that was on my phone, I guess I would say yes.
Okay. And then let's talk about the Popeyes thing, publishing 364. Do you remember these images?
Yes.
Okay.
I remember them being presented as being allegedly on my phone.
Right. The testimony was it was on your phone. You just don't believe you had anything to do with it, correct?
Again, I don't know that they were ever on my phone. I know that I did not take those photos.
Okay, so you're just denying what you heard.
I am saying that whatever the testimony is, that it could have been placed on my phone, or who knows.
The testimony was it was found on your phone, correct?
It was allegedly found on an image of my phone.
Prosecutor Hamner questions Mr. Tellis about a series of photographs of Mr. Gehrman's home that were found on his phone. And, continuing with his theory that he was framed, Mr. Tellis states that he did not put the photos on his phone. This line of questioning goes directly to the legal elements of first-degree murder, which, under Section 200.030 of the Nevada Revised Statutes, requires proof that the killing was willful, deliberate, and premeditated. By presenting the photographs of Mr. Gehrman's home found on Mr. Tellis's phone, Mr. Hamner seems to be seeking to
Dude, you got
establish that the
130
defendant engaged.
reasons for premeditation.
Yeah. Like pictures of all over his house.
I object, Your Honor. Why? It's devastating my case.
That'll always be my favorite, like, meme about law.
It's great.
engaged in conduct consistent with planning and surveillance, which would demonstrate forethought rather than impulse. The presence of these images on Mr. Tellis's personal device suggests that he not only knew where Mr. Gehrman lived, but had taken steps to observe him in advance of the crime and plan the murder. When confronted with this evidence, Mr. Tellis maintains his claim that he was framed and denies having placed the photos on his phone. Well, rather than disputing him directly, Mr. Hamner allows the inconsistencies in that explanation to speak for themselves, relying on the evidence to illustrate the implausibility of the defense and to reinforce the state's theory of premeditation under Nevada law.
If we could cue over to the overhead or the computer, we talked about being detailed oriented. You would agree this is numerous images from the same spot, correct?
It appears so.
And if we kind of look, and I just can't see because of the monitor, I mean, we're looking at, that's a sedan, correct?
Yes.
Dude, this, it's so fucking wild. This guy literally tried to lawyer a crime.
Yeah.
Like, this is lawyer levels of fucking, like, preparation and stuff like that. But instead of, like, preparing for trial, he prepared for crime.
Like a minivan, but it's gray
It's
in
like
color,
a crossover.
right? And that's gray in color, right?
Sure.
And that's a truck. It's kind of a whitish gray, right? Another gray car, correct?
Sure.
Another gray sedan, correct? This one's a Honda, right?
Sure.
Or maybe that's not a Honda. I don't want to misspeak. That might be a Kia.
It looks like a Honda,
Okay, it's a Honda.
I think. Or unless
Why are we?
I mean, sometimes that happens. So sometimes you just gotta like now, like, are you guys friends looking at cars? What the fuck?
That just, to me, that felt like a little bit of tism coming out.
Yeah, it was. Like, look, that's straight up some tism right there.
Oh, I think there's a hot.
Is that a hot? Oh, yeah, no, that's a hot. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, guys, get back on the questions.
We're talking about a murder here. Oh.
it's a Hyundai.
Oh, man.
Or a Hyundai. I'm not sure. It kind of looks like an H. We've got an SUV here, but there's a lot of images here, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And
Hey, check out the bird. Look at him go.
Oh, look at it. He's a pigeon.
Yeah, he's chilling.
Okay, I almost went birdtism there. I'm like, okay, what's the genus and species of that pigeon?
Have you ever seen the there's a bunch of shorts for it, but it's for a YouTube game show that has like Brennan Mulligan on it and a couple other people.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
There's,
yeah, because Brennan has a weird amount of bird knowledge.
Yeah, there's a skit with the birds.
There's an entire scene I would love to show, even if it's just a sidebar, because it's only a few minutes. Because Sam Reich, who's the was owner of College Humor and now is the owner of Dropout, decides to put on their game show what's that bird, right? Like, who's that Pokemon but for birds? And he gives softballs to every other contestant, and then he gives the most obscure, fucking weird-ass looking birds for Brennan to guess, because Brennan's supposed to be the bird guy. And he destroys Brennan. Like, Brennan's a slobbering mess after it.
I think the funniest one is there's one where Brennan gets the bird correct, but he's like, he doesn't get it specific enough.
Oh yeah, no, I was looking for a ground moose squirrel or something like that. Like, he says something weird like that. He's like fowl, and he goes guinea fowl. It's like, actually, I was looking for a guinea fowl grouse fucking whatever the fuck. It's like, okay, he got it right though. He pretty much got it right. And then there was one though that he put on there. He's like, that's not a bird. Like, he's like, that's not a bird that exists. Like, actually, yes, it's right here. Like, you feel happy right now?
Actually,
you feel like a big man?
I remember the guinea fowl one because the name of the bird stuck in my head. It is a type of guinea fowl called a Siamese fireback. And the name is like stuck in my head ever since I've heard it.
Fowl, but it's still a guinea fowl.
It is.
So like, yeah, Sam was being such a prick.
but it stuck in my head forever because that's just like such a fucking name for a bird. A Siamese fireback.
Yeah. Siamese fireback.
Oh yeah, Cardinal Crimson has one of the other ones. It was a roseate spoonbill. I remember the roseate spoonbill too.
Yeah, that's right. She said, "Oh, that's a spoonbill." No, she's like, "Oh, what you knew that it was a roseate? I knew it was a spoonbill."
Yeah, if you watch the full video, the ending conclusion is
pretty good.
They're trying to figure out like what the rule of the game is, and Brennan finds out by the end the rule of the game is that Brennan is not allowed to win.
Brennan can't. Yeah, that's right. And he's like the third person to figure it out too. Well, that's what's amazing about it. And he does one of the best monologues. It's like he fucking brings out like Greeks and mathematicians and shit like that. He fucking references Icarus.
Honestly, Brennan Mulligan is like the level of TISM knowledge I aspire to have. I can't call upon my TISM knowledge.
Like that pigeon right there. That pigeon has a max flight speed of around 60 miles an hour, and it has a reaction time enough to actually dodge a falcon's dive, which is over 200 miles an hour. There's my autism there.
My problem is I can't call upon my autism like Brennan. Brennan, like, he has all of the knowledge like I do, but he can call upon it at any given moment. I can't do that.
There's a great one where they're interviewing his mom, and his mom goes, "I remember you were going to be a special kid when there was this show that you were watching, and there was a book you were reading, and there was a quiz at the end, and you kept getting frustrated because you couldn't get it right, and I kept telling you, honey, it's not a test, and then you said, I want it to be a test, and Bernie goes, oh no."
Oh yeah, that sounds like a Brennan thing.
Or if we could queue over. Got 101, correct?
That's what it alleges.
That's a lot of photos, correct?
It would be.
It looks like surveillance, doesn't it?
It looks like a stupid way to do surveillance.
Right, looks kind of amateurish, doesn't it?
Right.
You took the picture.
I mean, there you go.
I could probably see what the lawyer is doing though. Not the lawyer on the stand, the lawyer that's questioning him. Is a lot of times killers that are like this are very narcissistic, and if you start insulting their work, it can set them off. And they could be like, no, it's actually really professional. Like, it's really good if you think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's actually a really smart tactic, because this is a way to get a narcissist to snap.
Yeah.
Not professional.
Right. I wouldn't see how that makes sense.
And then, sir, another thing located in your phone were these. Can we cue over to the overhead? Sir, what are we looking at here?
Oh no.
It looks like it's
Oh no.
identification of a vehicle that is owned by Mr. Gurman.
It's a Honda, right?
Yes, sir.
And we know from the photographs earlier, his Honda is gray, correct?
I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention to the color with the earlier testimony. Sorry.
You have no reason to dispute me if I told you that the color of the car was gray, correct?
I don't, sir.
Okay, and we saw in those images lots of gray cars were getting snapped, correct?
Yeah, I saw a black one and a white one, but yes.
And you know what that program that's pulling up that information is, don't you, Mr.?
That I do, yes.
That's IDI Core, correct?
Right.
That is proprietary software that is in fact used by the Public Administration's Office, correct?
Yes, sir, it is.
It gives the person at the Public Administration's Office the ability to look up personally identifying information about people, correct?
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, this is bad.
You can see here that Jeffrey Guerin is being looked up on IDI Core, correct?
What I remember correctly looking at this was it was looked up by address.
Well, that's just one report, sir. Let's look at this result. we can see
What's
he's connected.
What's the search term?
There's no question pending, sir.
Okay.
Take a look at registrants. What's the registrant?
Again, it's Jeffrey M. German.
Right. And if we look down, what's the first address associated with this?
P.O. Box.
Okay. And then when you go to the next entry, what's the address associated with Mr. Garrett?
7216, it's the second one related to Mr. German. There's a first one related to Mr. German. And that's the P.O. Box, which is current. The second one is 7216 Bronze Circle, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89, I can't read the...
Mr. Tellis, that's where Mr. Garman lived, correct?
Yes, sir.
That's where he was murdered, correct?
Yes, sir.
And this image of his personal information and his home address is located inside your phone.
Again, I don't know that it is.
Okay, so we're just, again, we don't have to do the dance, but you're just not accepting the testimony that it was located on your phone.
That is correct.
Okay, all right. But you'd agree with me that from just that bottom there, that looks like a desktop monitor, a Dell desktop monitor, correct?
Correct.
And again, this has more information about Mr. Garman's cars, correct?
Yes, sir.
This is IDI Core, correct?
Right.
Software that is in your office, correct?
The office at...
He's going to be in extra trouble because he's using government like infrastructure to look up personal information in the commission of a crime.
Exactly.
Right, holy shit, dude.
The office that Mr. Jappy visited, yes.
Okay. This is more, this is more IDI Core images, correct?
Appears so, yes, sir.
Let me just come out and ask you. This is your desk, isn't it?
It probably is.
Yeah.
Friendly.
Let me ask you this. During your official duties as the public administrator, you didn't have like a case with Mr. Garman at all, right?
No, sir, I didn't. And what was the search term to find that?
Well, one of the search terms was 7216 Bronze Circle, correct?
Can you show that to me?
Sure. 7216
You have a good one,
Bronze.
Chris the Tiger.
We can cue over to the overhead. Can everybody see that? So you can see that, right?
Yes, sir, I can.
And the date, the created time is 8/23/2022 at 6:05 p.m., correct?
Yes, that's what it reports to be.
Okay. And that was a weekday, wasn't it?
I'm sure it was, because, you know.
And there's one more thing. This wasn't converted into UTC time. So if we subtract 7 hours, that's at 11:05 a.m. in the morning on 8/23, correct?
And again, I don't know if this document's been modified by a PDF viewer or not, but it purports to be of that day.
Do you recall?
Oh my God, are you kidding
You
me?
recall the testimony of Matt Havanich, which said this was not converted, and when you convert it, this search was conducted at 11 o'clock in the morning, correct? You recall him saying, I'm not asking if you agree with it, you recall it being said.
I know that I didn't do the search, so I couldn't tell you definitively.
So I'd like you to focus on my question. Do you recall Mr. Havanich saying that here in court?
That's what he said.
Okay. And just to be clear, publishing 351, there it is. That's a weekday. That's a Tuesday, correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you typically have random people coming into your office using your desktop software?
Again, that could have been modified in a number of ways. In a number of ways, sir.
That's not my question. My question is, as the public administrator, did you allow people to go into your office in the middle of the day and manipulate and use your computer?
I didn't allow it, but that's not to say that it didn't happen, sir.
So the answer is, you had an edict that said you're not allowed to do this, correct?
But if I wasn't around or whatever, I don't know.
Okay. I mean, you would hope as the head of the department, they would have at least not used your computer, right?
I would have hoped, but you'd be surprised what happened in that office.
Okay. Right, because
Yeah,
of the
because what
conspiracy?
the fuck?
Right, okay.
Prosecutor
You'd be
Hamner
surprised at the
questions
things that
Mr.
happen
Tellis
in that
about
office.
another set of photos recovered from his phone. The images show a computer screen on Mr. Tellis's desk displaying the proprietary software used by the public administrator's office to access personal information about county residents. Among those photos were screenshots showing details about Mr. Garman, including information about his vehicle. Mr. Hamner points out that the search term used to find that information was 7216 Bronze, which partially matches Mr. Garman's home address. address, and that the search was conducted at around 11 a.m. on a weekday. Even when confronted with this evidence, Mr. Tellis maintains that he was not the one who ran the search. Following.
Really quick side note. Bye, Chris. I hope you have a good time at work. And yes, we shall enjoy the stream. I'm not saying how to commit crimes. But if you are going to commit a crime, you definitely do not want to use government databases to do it. Depending on like your local government, because the government.
Nor do you want to do it in a government office during a time that you're supposed to be in front of your desk.
Well, but what I'm kind of getting at is a lot of people like to think of courts as like justice is blind and all that, which is not true. Courts will impose stricter or less penalties depending on circumstance. And typically, if there is a circumstance where you are not like one of the in crowd for the government that can get away with doing illegal shit, and you undermine people's trust in the government, they will go much stricter on you. So like if you are, say, some random ass lawyer who the government doesn't care about, and they find out you're using their databases to commit crimes, you're going to get treated much more harshly than you would have otherwise. Because they see you as undermining their authority.
Well, not only that, but like what other elevated charges you can get depending like how much of that information you used, if you disseminated any of that information to someone who doesn't have clearance to view it. Now you have like treason, espionage act, and other fucking crazy fucking things that can be tacked on in the commission of your first degree murder. Like at this point you're risking a fucking execution by military firing squad. Like, don't do it, Jesus.
Yeah, it's, and like he's left such a trail too. Like this isn't like one or two little things. It's like, so you've taken about 200 pictures of the guy's house. You've taken about 200 pictures of his car. You've used your government computer to search up private information about him repeatedly for weeks. We found like
both his address and his car.
Yeah, we found parts of the murder weapon and parts of the murder outfit in your house, hidden under couches. Like,
yeah, it's pretty bad.
This exchange, Mr. Hamner continued his cross-examination, and the trial proceeded from there. At the end of his trial, Mr. Tellis was found guilty of first-degree murder with a deadly weapon on August 28, 2024. The jury sentenced him to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 20 years. But because of the sentencing so-called enhancements involved in the case, one because Mr. Gehrman was older than 60, one for the use of a deadly weapon, and another for quote-unquote lying in wait, Judge Michelle Levitt exercised her authority to extend Mr. Tellis's minimum sentence by 8 years, which was the maximum amount of time that she was permitted to add. This means that Mr. Tellis will not be eligible for parole for a total of 28 years. Mr. Tellis continues to maintain his innocence, and on August 26, 2025, he filed an appeal asking the Nevada Supreme Court to overturn his conviction. As of the date of writing this episode, the appeal is still pending. This trial illustrates the potential hazards that arise when a criminal defendant chooses to testify in their own case. Although the Supreme Court has established that every criminal defendant has the constitutional right to take the stand, doing so opens the door to cross-examination by the prosecution, which can significantly shape how the jury views their credibility. In this case, Prosecutor Hamner's cross-examination shows how an experienced attorney can cast doubt on a witness's story with questions designed to highlight an inconsistency in their statements and potential conflicts with the physical evidence presented at trial. For many defendants, the choice to testify involves weighing the natural desire to explain their perspective against the risks of exposing themselves to rigorous questioning. Defense attorneys often approach this issue cautiously and aware that
I always wonder at the end of his videos where he found the stock footage from. Like,
yeah, it is a little weird.
Where is this footage coming from? But chat says he would be 88 years old when he can get out on parole. That's when he's eligible for parole, too. That doesn't necessarily mean he'll even get it.
Yeah, he's gonna die in prison.
Likely, yeah.
He's gonna die in prison.
Because even once you're eligible for parole, typically that process takes a while to get running, even if you are going to get out.
Yeah, and you have to like go in front of a parole board and like, you know, plead your case. Your behavior in jail is going to be weighed, and you have to be more than just okay, you've behaved, right? No, you have to be you got above and beyond the duties of an average prisoner to show that you really are trying to rehabilitate yourself. That's a much harder standard to prove to an entire board of parole people to actually, you know, get through.
Especially when we're talking about murder.
Yeah, you murdered a guy. First degree, which means premeditated.
That even confident testimony can be weakened under skilled cross-examination. The questioning that we reviewed today demonstrates how these risks play out in practice and serves as a reminder that while the right to testify is fundamental, exercising it can carry significant strategic consequences in a criminal case. Let us know if there's a case or courtroom interaction that you'd like us to cover in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and share so that we can foster a more informed society.
Oh, thank you, Audit the Court, for your video, your coverage.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
But chat, we do have a little detox today from the court stuff, because I know everybody enjoys the court stuff, but everybody also enjoys a little bit of action, a little bit of you know.
Boom. See, we're out of the court, so I get out of my outfit.
And today, chat, we're getting a little police on police action. So that's going to be fun.
Oh.
I have watched this all the way through. This one has everything. It's got drama. It's got car crashes. It's got tasers.
You're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry. You might even poop your pants.
It's got cop on cop violence. It's got TikTok teenagers screaming slurs in the background. It's got everything.
What the fuck?
You're about to see a Karen who works at the county jail get booked into it as a result of her insane behavior.
What's going on, guys? She brake checked me, trying to make it look like it's my fault when this girl literally almost caused me a car crash all the way on the intersection. I'm driving behind her. Literally, she kept going in front of me. I'm like trying to get away from her. She brake checked me. I'm
slow down, slow down, slow down.
Get over to the side so she doesn't hit me.
I know I already called dispatch. I know you guys are already on the phone with 911 trying to report her, and they heard the accident over there. So I understand.
Yeah, I even have this guy that pulled over to talk to her. She's like, yeah, you can even tell the cops to call us. I have his number.
Yeah,
like,
I'll need that.
Car is like my door won't even open.
Are you the driver?
Yeah.
Can you give me your license, registration, and insurance?
As a side note, I don't know if you guys saw that, but it was pointing out that the red car up there is the lady that's going to get in trouble. And while the cop, there's another cop up there near her, and his body cam catches her turning her car on while she's in the middle of a stop. Never do that. Never do that.
Yeah, no. If you do that, you're done. I mean, that's yeah.
Can I have your license?
What do you mean no? Oh my god. Here we go.
You see her
know
knock
what's
back?
actually really funny? Didn't I just mention? Yeah, I did. But did I just mention these types of people and how insufferable they are?
Yeah.
Yeah, so here we go.
That's how you know you're in for a good one, when the cop knocks on the window and the person inside knocks back.
Yeah, that's oh my god.
Ma'am, I need your light. Can you step out of the vehicle? Hey, she's not providing information, not stepping out of the vehicle, Sarge.
What's that?
She's not getting out.
Run the tag, see if she's a registered owner.
Bravo Hotel 2. It's on a red and color Ford Taurus.
While the officer runs the suspect's information in his squad, the suspect flings her door open and confronts the other officers.
The officer with the bald head, what's his name?
Sergeant Loudworth.
He's over here. So can you please come over here, please? Thank you.
You're involved in a crash.
No, I don't.
You can't just shut the door, okay?
No,
You can talk to whoever you want.
I don't want you to open my door.
You can't shut the door.
No, I said no.
You can't shut the door.
No, I said no. I said no.
We need your license.
I said no. I work in the jail. I know my rights. I said no. Back up.
Put your hands on me. You're gonna go.
Okay, back
You're gonna go to jail. You put your
Back
hands on
up
me.
and get off my property. Back
You're
up.
gonna go to jail if you put
Back
your hands on
up and get off my property.
Ma'am.
Back up and get off my property.
She's Russian.
Back up and get.
What do you think so far, Ava?
I mean, we didn't even. We're 2 minutes in, guys. We're 2 minutes in, and it's already so much has gone wrong.
She has such a way with words, yeah. Also,
Yeah,
chat, you
I'm
wanna
amazed.
see some proper like police bias? Just look at police pulling over white women. They get like so much leeway. Holy shit.
They do. I mean, look, the second that she stepped out of the car should have been the second that she was slammed to the ground. Because
Yeah.
for most every other race, and even white men, that's exactly what would happen if they stepped out of the car.
She's casting defensive spell, no square. Hey there, don't touch me there. This is my no square.
I work at the jail.
But if you work at the jail, you know what we can do.
Back up and get off my property.
You have to do this.
No, you're not doing shit. You're wasting my AC and my gas. Back up and get back. I know him. Get back. Get back. Otherwise, I would have opened the fucking window. I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. Hello?
All right, that's it. You can't
No,
hit the
I'm
camera.
not.
You
I'm
can't
not.
be hitting the you can't be hitting the camera.
I
Step
didn't
out of the
hit
car.
anything.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
here you go.
I warned you not to do that.
I didn't hit
Get out of the car.
Stop.
Get
I think
out of the
she's
car.
drunk.
Stop.
Stop.
Out of the car.
Get out of the car.
Stop.
Get out of the car.
Stop.
Out of the
You
car.
need to step
Stop.
Yeah, my-
Ludwig. Ludwig.
So, what do you think the odds of her being drunk? I'm putting it. I'm like look, I'm at like 98%.
I don't think she's
That she's
drunk. I think
drunk.
she's on something worse.
I think. Look, I think she handled her. Do you think she's on worse? Okay.
I think she's on
Okay.
worse.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna reserve my judgment then, as I observe a little bit more, because I definitely do think she's under the influence of something.
But don't worry, guys. This is gonna get so much worse.
Step out. You're gonna go to the ground. 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 You're hurting me. Hey, make sure step out and take us out of the vehicle.
I love that. That is what we call in the business chat foreshadowing.
Step out. You're gonna go to the car. You're hurting me.
Yeah, takes already. No, see, I didn't even know. You know what's so funny about that? I didn't even need to point out. I heard the taser turn on.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, you're about to get it.
I wish I had like the clip ready, but you know that clip that everybody always posts of that one dude staring really close at the camera and he goes, "Foreshadowing is a literary device." Is this foreshadowing or is this Chekhov's gun?
Oh my god, yeah, no, I literally, I want that meme. I want that meme where the guy's like holding and there's a butterfly. It says, "Is this a foreshadowing?"
Step out and take us out of the vehicle.
Ludwig.
Step out. You're gonna get tased. You're gonna get tased. Step out.
Ludwig.
Step out.
Ludwig, I didn't do nothing.
You're gonna get tased. You're gonna get tased. Step out.
Stop.
All right, you're gonna get tased.
That's what you get, crazy bitch. Shut the fuck up, Kaylee.
Well, there's your TikTok slurs.
Yeah, that's not a police body cam, by the
bitch.
way. That's the two girls are currently streaming on TikTok.
I mean, hey, look, if it was this insane, honestly, I might stream it as well. Honestly, this is just good content.
I love the one girl too. She just goes, "Shut up, Kaylee."
Shut up, Kaylee.
Step out. You get
Fucking Kaylee.
All right, there you go.
Taser deployed.
There it is.
Get on the ground. Give me your hands. Give me your hands.
Crazy ass
Crazy ass bitch. I'm not gonna lie, I love just the random hit to the streamer video. Crazy ass bitch.
Yeah, I
Tighter, okay?
don't know if you ever seen this channel before, but this one comes from Midwest Safety, who posts a bunch of body cam videos. And it's my understanding the guy that runs Midwest Safety is an actual ex-Leo who just kind of went doing the YouTube thing after a while.
Okay.
And he has like a...
I mean, it's pretty good.
He's like finding daily police body cam videos. And I guess because he is an ex-Leo, he probably knows where to go to like find them, or to start looking at least.
Yeah.
Get up here.
Roll over on your side. Roll over on your side. There you go. Sit up. Now stand up. Stand up.
Ludwig.
Secure in our car for now.
Walk back there. Walk back there.
This way.
I'm sorry, just real quick. I absolutely love, I know it says Ludwig, but it sounds like she's calling out for the streamer Ludwig. And it's fucking hilarious to me.
It is.
Ludwig, please help me.
Ludwig.
Ooh, that's some good card damage.
Okay, stop. I didn't do anything.
So here's the thing, right? She possibly could have gotten away with this, because what had happened was she got in front of the girl's car, she brake checked them, and the girls hit her. But the thing is, the police didn't see that. That's just what they're being told. It really is like a big he said, she said when there's like a fender bender, and oftentimes the person in the back is the one that gets in trouble.
That's usually what will happen. I mean, the cop's only job here was to facilitate a proper like mediation between these two parties, to exchange insurance information, make sure that nobody needs medical attention or anything like that. And then that's pretty much where no one should have been arrested in this situation.
Yeah, she couldn't just let it go.
She could, yeah, exactly.
We do know, though, for a fact that she did get in front of them and brake check them, because the two TikToker girls, the girl in the passenger seat was actually filming while it was happening. So it does get caught on camera that she pulls in front of them, brake checks them, and like has them hit the back.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Stop. Sit down. Sit down. You're gonna get tased again. You're gonna get tased again. Get in the car. I got her. Sit down in the car. We'll talk, but sit down. You need to sit down in the car. You're going to get tased. Sit down in the car and we'll talk. Put your feet in. Put your feet in.
Ludwig.
Put your feet in.
I feel like this guy is the sergeant.
Ludwig.
I don't know, because I don't really know exactly what the different patches are.
But they're clearly familiar with each other.
Yeah. She is actually not familiar with him. I don't know if you saw it early on, but she asked when she was sitting in her car, who's the officer with the bald head? And somebody said Ludwig. So that's the only reason she knows his name.
So that's what she's doing.
What I was going to point out is I'm actually really like this sergeant, because he immediately, like, the other guys were like, oh, we'll just tase her and we'll get her. And he's like, no. Let me de-escalate a little bit and talk her into it. And he really kind of takes control, and he's like, okay, just sit.
Put your feet in. You're doing this all yourself, okay? So I need you to put your feet in right now.
I didn't do anything.
You're going to get tased again. Put your feet in and we will talk. Put your feet in and we will talk. Put your feet in and we will talk.
Who's your sergeant?
I am the sergeant. I'm trying to talk to you.
You know me.
I need you to put your feet in.
Ludwig.
Put your feet in the car.
Talk through the window. Put the
I
window
know
down.
you.
That's what I'm going to do. Put your feet in the car and we'll talk through the window.
You know me and I know you. I didn't do anything wrong. These girls came about me and they were racing me and they
We'll work through it, but I need you to put your feet in the car. We'll work through it, but put your feet in the car.
Home to my kids.
We'll work through it, but put your feet in the car. All right?
No, because come here.
See, that's kind of what you have to do with de-escalation a little bit, is because you still have to get compliance, but you have to give her, like, a reason to comply, which he's doing. He's like, put your feet in the car and then we'll talk, and we'll work it out together. But first you need to, feet in the car.
First, you need to stop acting like a fucking psycho.
Yeah, I also don't doubt that maybe she knows him, because we do find out that she does work at the jail. But it seems like a lot of people
Yeah.
don't recognize her, so she's probably in like some kind of secretary role, and they've just not noticed her before.
Yeah, I mean, really, yeah. She's like, she works in the mailroom.
Yeah. So like she recognizes some of them, but none of them really recognize her. They don't really know who she is.
Oh, that's even more devastating.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something? No, you need to put your feet in the car. I have my period and I don't have a tampon. I don't care. Put your feet in the car. We're not worried. All right, we're not worried about that. Right? All right, you're gonna get tased again if you don't put your feet in the car. Well, then put your feet in. Come on. Not doing this. Ludwig. You're gonna get tased again. Put your feet in the car. I didn't do anything wrong, Ludwig. All right. I didn't do anything wrong, bro. All right, put your feet in. Bro. Put your feet in. I'm sorry. Put your feet.
Bro. Oh my god.
You gotta call the lieutenant. Take me to jail. I f***ing work there, you mother.
On the original video, the top comment is she got promoted to inmate.
That's actually hilarious.
It's so funny.
It actually is a problem. If she works at the jail, they'll have to take her to a different jail.
Oh, wait, sorry, what was that?
If she does work at the jail, they might have to take her to a different jail or precinct.
Yeah, I don't know how all that ended up working out in the end. I do know we find out that she does in fact work at the jail. Or I guess in this case did work at the jail.
So yes. Okay, what do you need? I have to tell them what you need it for.
I can't breathe,
okay.
And I don't like to be restrained.
Gotta get rescued from shore in Duval. Go in her passenger glove box and try to find me her insurance information for her.
I don't have any, so don't bother.
You don't have insurance?
Yeah, go look.
I don't have it. I'm telling you.
Oh, what the fuck?
Sergeant! Sarge!
Morning. Looking for insurance.
Stop! Don't put the window up on me. That's not even funny, bro. I work at the fucking jail, bro. That's fucking funny. You're on camera. That's
I'm not laughing, but you're screaming and yelling.
Smile on your face, and I know him personally. Okay. So that's gonna look bad on you. You got a smile like fucking Jasper on your face.
What?
I'm not smiling.
Well, then you got a serious ugly face.
Oh my god.
Also, I like how she says that's gonna look bad on you. Honey, I don't know if you know how body cams work. You typically can't see the officer's face in them.
Yeah.
If you can, I think the camera's probably not attached anymore.
Yeah, or you fit their body like a pretzel and they're moments away from death.
Yeah. Like, the camera's kind of in a spot where you can't see it. We'd have no idea if he was smiling or not, hun.
Can't appreciate it.
Nothing in the glove box.
Nothing, there's no insurance?
Let the record show that the officer is currently wearing a baby's bonnet.
I have pictures of her going in and out of the lanes.
Yeah.
Like, actually, I don't know what she was doing. I tried to get away. I really
I'm
did.
sure the officer will have you give that information to him or email those photos to him so that he can put them into evidence.
I can get a Axon link ready for them now.
Yeah, if you could do that.
Were you the one driving?
Yes.
What's your first name? Kaylee? Okay, were you guys in a rush to go anywhere? Because we're going to have someone bring a statement for you guys, because we had to use force, so we have to do some paperwork now. Basically, what you guys saw from start to finish.
I'm detained or I'm arrested? Which one is it?
Under arrest.
Oh, you're both, girl.
For what? What the f*** am I under arrest for?
You're under arrest for resisting without violence,
just pick something.
resisting with violence, battery on a law enforcement officer
That
times
doesn't
2.
even make any sense.
Yep.
First
Yep.
of all, and what else?
Dude, we literally watch her reach out and fucking hit the body cam. The body cam shakes.
You got
Like,
battery
boom,
on a
there you
Leo.
go. That's battery. That's textbook battery.
You got resisting without violence when you wouldn't get out of the car. You got resisting with violence when you did get out of the car.
Yep.
Like, I admit, it is kind of funny to hear them both back to back, but you can have, like, two separate issues. You were resisting doing...
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just honestly, the timeline is the charges.
They have a TikTok video of her driving. I know the police do, because she does. I don't know how the Axum link thing works because I've never used it before, but it seems like they basically give her a link to upload her evidence to, which is kind of cool, by the way. I didn't know that was a thing.
Pretty much, it's like a police centric like a data sharing, like a Dropbox, but for Leos.
Yeah, I'd never heard. This is actually the first video I've heard an officer specifically mention it, and I've never been on the other end of this, so I've never had to use it myself. So
Yeah, battery times 2. Yeah, Pedro. Sorry, you're right.
don't worry, we're gonna get a couple more charges before this is all over. You'd think it was over because we're in the police car, but it's not over.
No, we're halfway through.
On law enforcement.
Battery?
Yeah.
I didn't hit anybody.
It's on camera.
I didn't hit anybody. I'm not stupid. Hello?
Okay, you can fight it in court.
Do you need anything from these guys?
Ludwig.
Do you need anything from them?
Ludwig.
Do you need anything from them?
No, I'm talking to you.
Do you need anything from them?
I'm talking to you.
All right, you guys are good to go.
Ludwig!
Alright, so this one's gonna be hers. This yours. Just write basically whatever you guys think pertains to whatever happened. Like from the start to finish. 23.
How long does it take for like a police officer?
Oh, she's special.
Yeah, so I think everybody that's
Yeah,
seen this,
yeah.
multiple people have seen this video. Everyone agrees that she's flirting with the officer.
Yeah, 100%.
She does it again because
100%.
she has to talk to the officer on the phone later, and there's a recording of that call. Like, she is 100%
Yeah, no, she's like,
wants
she likes
this
this guy.
Hey, how old are you? Yeah,
You might have to restart the room because it's not letting me in.
yeah, here, real quick. Quit and start. It's hosted again. Yeah, there's Ava.
There we go.
But yeah, no, it's just we need a redeemed soundbite of her saying Ludwig.
Hey, Ludwig!
I'll ask one of my guys to get
I
on
love
that.
it so much.
And I'll add it to the blurb later.
Dude, it's a really good one. It's a really good one.
To like to go through school. It's like 6 months for the academy and then wherever you get hired. Yeah. Well, it's fun.
All right, guys, here's your information back.
We're gonna be sticking around until they finish the statements anyway.
Okay. I get that a lot. She was found at fault for the accident and speaking with the third-party independent witness, as well as talking to 911 dispatch about what happened. I found her at fault for basically brake checking guys and causing the accident.
We even have pictures even before she did this. Like she was literally going in between lanes. Like
Yeah, he said he got them. He said upload them to evidence. So this is your driver's exchange of information. It's got your information, her information, everything you needed. All you got to do is call your insurance company, let them know she does not have insurance.
she's so dumb.
So here's
That's
that.
crazy.
After the victims finish their statements,
so
the suspect
dumb.
is transported to the hospital for medical clearance.
Hey, you keep kicking, you're gonna get leg restraints, okay?
Give me a
All right, step out.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I can walk.
Okay, then walk.
I can walk. Let go. You're hurting me. You're fucking hurting me.
Even after getting medical clearance, the suspect still isn't finished with her behavior.
I don't know if you noticed, but her glasses are gone. Something
Yeah,
in
no,
between
they're,
now and in the hospital, she lost her glasses.
Yeah, the glasses are gone. They're probably broken.
Yeah. And for obvious reasons, they don't really show what happens in the hospital for like HIPAA stuff, and it would have like so many other people on camera that don't belong on camera, which is why they kind of just, hospital done.
Yeah, no, that's a good little edit. So, I love this. No, Republican.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, so I love it because as she walks up and the door opens, she pauses and looks for even what is a half a second. You realize this is not gonna go how it should.
Yeah. We also one week need to get like a body cam bingo, because I swear to God, every single time
I can't breathe.
I can't breathe.
I can't breathe, man.
Breathe. Like you can breathe, hon. We can hear you breathing very heavily, actually.
Yeah, you know how I can hear you breathing? Because you're talking.
Did she know she was in trouble as soon as they crashed into her? It depends. So, like, sometimes she seems like she's just way too far gone to even really know what's happening. I definitely think she's heavily inebriated on something. I just don't know what.
I mean, just because she was cleared to medical doesn't mean that she, you know, isn't under the influence of something.
Yeah, medical is just making sure she's not dying or anything broken.
Yeah, yeah, or she can have a seizure or something.
I'm asking you politely to get in my patrol car.
Only gonna make it worse. Come on.
Tara, I'm not telling you.
I don't want him.
I'm giving you a lawful order to get my
I feel threatened by him. I don't want him. I don't want him at all.
Go sit down.
I will. I don't want him in this car.
That's too bad. It's his car.
No, I don't. Then I want to go in a different car.
You have the option.
Sarah, you're gonna get some more charges. You want that? Is that what you want, really?
I don't feel comfortable.
You want that? Nothing's gonna happen. The camera's running the whole time.
This is not funny. He's fucking laughing.
Nobody's laughing.
I gotta itch my face.
You got a what? What do you want to itch?
No, I need a tissue. I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to be in this car.
Too bad. It's not an option.
Stop pushing me. Stop pushing me. I will. You're pushing me.
Tara, sit down.
I will. Tell him to get his hand off me,
Get your
please.
hand off. Sit down.
I will sit. Thank you. This is fucked. You know it. This is fucked. No, I don't want to. No, I don't want it. I don't. I feel claustrophobic.
So when he gets in a car crash and you die and your kids don't have anyone,
yeah.
Is that what you want?
Yeah, I don't want it. Thank you. No, I want to refuse. I don't want it.
You don't get to refuse a seatbelt, dude.
Do what?
You don't get to refuse a seatbelt. I'm not sure why you think you have that right. That's fucking weird. Oh my god.
I like this one where he starts doing the like
straight up demons, man.
I love the one where they just start manually entering the AHs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Tarzan, by the way.
Tarzan. The Tarzan.
Send these to county jail. Not can you let the rock know that I got a super combative subject that's kicking and screaming, and I'm gonna need assistance when I get there.
Get me the fuck out now.
I'm not taking her out. As of right now, we got 3 counts of Matt Leo, resisting without. I think she works here.
This dude's like, sorry, what?
That was a good face. Yeah, he's like, wait a minute, what?
He's about for the ride of his lifetime. He's like, what happened?
She's a nurse.
Oh no, he recognizes her. Oh no.
She works as a nurse at the jail.
Oh, she used to work.
Yeah. Yeah, you see the guy, he's like, shit, she does work here.
Yeah, no, she's probably on opiates. It's a big problem with nurses and stuff.
True.
Behavior. An officer requests for a urine sample to determine if she's under the influence.
If you refuse to take the test I have requested of you, your driving privilege will be suspended for a period of 1 year for a first refusal, or 18 months if your driving privilege has been previously suspended. Refusal to submit to the test that I have requested.
I don't understand. Yeah, I need you to back up 7 chapters. I don't understand. So you want me to take a urine test, and if I don't take a urine test, I can have a misdemeanor or a felony?
Yes, ma'am. That is exactly what.
For what? For what?
Okay.
So refusing unlawful order.
We believe that you have taken something, or that something may be in your system. We are requesting that you take a urine test so that we can determine if something is in your system.
No. I'm not taking anything.
Okay, that's all I need.
Hello?
Hi, is this Kaylee?
Yes.
Hey, it's Officer McCauley. I was just calling to see if you had the chance to upload those pictures yet.
Oh, yeah, I thought I did.
You might have to hit submit.
Yeah, I don't think I probably didn't do that, but let me resubmit them for you right now.
Oh, Ava disappeared again.
Yeah, hold on. Let me
Maybe
It
she
was
should
so
have
acting like
peed
I
herself
couldn't
like
get
the
in
other
again.
girl.
Like, look, they're not octopi. They don't just spray ink when they're threatened.
I don't know. That one girl did.
She did. Dude, I love the aggressive desanitizing that one guy does. I mean, he just beats up that fucking sanitizer.
So actually, I think it's on Steam's side because when it disconnected me from the room completely, and when I try to reconnect, it says connection to Steam servers failed.
Yeah, I have to restart my VTube Studio when that happens.
I'll do that real quick.
But
We'll be
you
right
know
back.
what? Don't worry. Just put no. Don't just worry. Oh,
Too late.
yeah, it is. I was gonna say you could just put me on my Fugi.
I could.
Given we're almost done.
Where's my Fuji friends? I do need to make you small.
There you go. That'll do, Donkey.
That'll do, Donkey. That'll do.
That'll do, Donkey. That'll do.
We watched all the Shrek movies the other day. I had
Dude, they're so good.
Akko had never seen Shrek 4. And I was like, well, we have to just watch all of them up to Shrek 4.
That's a good one.
Oh, Shrek 4 is so good. It's so cringe that they're making a fifth one.
Shrek the Third, I think, is the most. Yeah, I'm not really excited about Shrek 5.
Exactly. But here is the girl flirting with the officer again.
Oh yeah, it's definitely attacked.
No, I appreciate it.
Yeah, they're all uploading now. Sorry about that.
Okay, yeah.
There was 2 videos.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun video to show your friends, I guess.
That's what you get, crazy bitch.
Shut the fuck up, Kaylee. Did you get it?
Shut the fuck up,
Thank you
Kaylee.
very much.
Of course. Thank you.
Okay, hopefully you have a better day.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You guys helped a lot.
Of course. All right, have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Ever wonder what really goes on in the mind of the person driving right next to you? Maybe they're late for work, maybe they're angry at the world, or maybe they're under the influence and ready to snap. You just never know. And that's why defensive driving isn't just a skill anymore, it's a shield. Because one unstable driver, one brake check, or one ego trip can turn a normal drive into a nightmare quick. What unfolds in this video shows exactly how fast a fuse can burn when someone loses control behind the wheel. When the officers arrived, they were met with a driver whose attitude told the whole story. Now the crash, that was just a symptom. The real issue was her behavior and her mindset, the kind that turns a routine encounter into something volatile. And her refusal to open the door wasn't just non-compliance, it was a test. People like that don't want resolution, they want dominance, even when they're the ones in the wrong. Notice the moment after the officer knocked on the window. The storm in that woman was already brewing. The louder she got, the more her credibility crumbled, because you can't scream about your job while acting like the very people you treat behind those walls. And this wasn't about her career, it was about entitlement. Too often people tied to law enforcement circles think that title gives them leverage. When you weaponize your occupation during a stop, it only exposes your hypocrisy, because respect has to be earned through your behavior, not claimed through a badge or ID. One brake check, one burst of arrogance can mean charges, lawsuits, and a reputation shattered. And it's proof that a bad attitude on the road doesn't just wreck cars, it can wreck lives. Defensive driving isn't weakness, it's wisdom, because every day someone out there is one bad impulse away from disaster, and it's your awareness that can keep you above ground.
This suspect, Tara, was charged with...
Yeah, so we got resisting officer 1, felony, battery on officer, firefighter, EMT, 3 counts, felony, DUI, damage to property or person of another, 1 misdemeanor, resist officer, obstruct without violence, 1 misdemeanor, moving traffic violation, reckless driving, damage a person or property, misdemeanor / traffic violation, and DUI, refuse to submit DUI test, misdemeanor. So she got a lot.
Yeah, no, she big time did.
Felony resisting an...
I also have to point out that with this last one, the refuse to submit to DUI test, with this one specifically, you're kind of just fucked. Like, there's very, very minimal cases where you go into court with that one and the judge ever agrees with you. So kind of default...
Sadly, I'm not a DUI attorney. I know, like, I would probably look at, like, Larry Foreman about that. I think he knows, like, the few ways that you can challenge such a charge. But the fact of the matter is, if you see this on your charge list, you are at minimum, you're looking at a very uphill battle. Like, we're talking like 45 degrees.
Yeah, like this one's very difficult to get away with. Your license is basically just going to be gone. on this one.
Yeah, pretty much.
At least for a year. Did they claim to be someone important?
6 months to a year.
She claimed that she worked at the jail. It turns out she does. She is a nurse at the jailhouse. The thing is, nobody...
It's my speculation that she was probably under the influence of opiates of some kind there. That's very common with nurses, with addictive behavior in general. You're going to see them go towards what they have the most access to. And she seemed a little too sluggish for alcohol.
DUI, what was she under the influence of? So we don't know, and I've seen it in previous court cases. There's a possibility that this DUI charge up here gets dropped. Because I've seen judges say before, yes, they refuse to take the test, but refusal of the test is not proof of inebriation. Ergo, this charge doesn't stand.
Because it's too close to the fifth.
Yeah.
Like, refusing to take a test is almost like pleading the fifth, and you can make that argument in court.
Yeah, so this DUI up here might get dropped. A lot of the other stuff, she has to plead down. I don't think it'll get dropped.
Well, what's funny is because she works for the jail, because she worked for the jail, rather. It's a much bigger issue because it's like, okay, well, fine, the charge might be dropped, but this is your cause for being fired.
Yeah.
Officer with violence, 3 counts of felony battery on a law enforcement officer, DUI damage to property, resisting without violence, reckless driving, and refusal to submit to DUI testing after previously having her license suspended. She no longer works at the county jail, and she is innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
Yeah, so they straight up confirmed, like, yeah, she's not at the jail anymore.
No, she wouldn't be.
You don't do all that, and then you're like, oh yeah, we just keep going now.
Oopsie poopsie, here, have a pink slip. If you do it again, though, we're gonna be really mad.
Is it only for a CDL that you cannot refuse a DUI test? In general, you can't really refuse a DUI test. Basically, if an officer tells you to like blow into the thing, you blow into the thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
You can refuse a the walking test kind of thing. A lot of the actual like establishing tests though, like blood draw and stuff, you can't really refuse them.
Blood draw you absolutely can, and it's bad luck. They need a court order for a blood draw because it involves taking you to the hospital and shit like that. So that's like a warrant that's been signed, in already a preponderance of evidence suggests that it's more likely than not that you were driving under the influence, to the point where a judge is willing to sign something in the moment. That's much higher. A year analysis even is another thing, a little too much to ask for. But when it comes to like the breathalyzer test, or even a lot of the in-straight, like the sobriety test can be challenged. It's not a good idea to refuse to do them in the moment.
They can't establish she was under the influence. Does the damage to property while under the influence stand? A lot of judges will kind of throw that one out.
It would probably be switched to damage to property.
That too, yeah. I've watched enough of these cases actually end up in court to where the judge will typically toss those out, or they'll lower it to a lesser crime. But that alone is not gonna completely sway the judge against all the charges.
For, like, additional charges being added, some being removed, and stuff like that. We're in a early process of charging this person with these offenses. So, those charges can be very fluid right now. It could be that there are no price fucking gets reached and all of them are dropped. We don't know.
Can you opt into blood draw? Yeah, you can opt in. But
yeah, you can.
A lot of times they won't ask you. They'll go for the warrant first.
No, yeah, exactly.
If we're at the point where we're doing a blood draw, there's a good chance you've been uncooperative with everything else.
So many things, exactly. There's so many things have gone wrong if we're at the point where we're getting your blood. Like, that's never a good thing.
Yeah. I have seen maybe once or twice where somebody says, I don't want to do the pee thing, can you just draw my blood? But it's very rare. And surprisingly, officers seem resistant to do it even when offered without the warrant. a lot of times they would prefer to just have the warrant to like cover their bases. Even if you're like, yeah, no, you can take the blood draw. I don't like peeing into things. But no, I just wanted to top off with that one because I thought you guys might enjoy Tarzan.
That was great. Holy crap.
Yeah,
Watch out for that tree, George of the Jungle.
Yeah, no, they when he put the Tarzan PNG across the screen, it fucking killed
Dude, that
me.
was perfect.
I was dying. It's like, okay, yeah, no, that's fair, bro. And I
got
agree.
high pitched enough at one point. If you had R2D2, like, you know, screaming across the screen, that also would be good.
Yeah. But guys, I want to thank you all for showing up. I'm going to pass you over to Akko. Akko's covering some guy who is upset that VTubers like Warhammer. And I watched some of his video. I don't get his point. He's just like, well, they're tourists. Okay, you're not really establishing why they're tourists, though. You're just saying, well, they like it.
And you also have to get beyond just the, like, the denotative definition tourist. When you say tourist, you're clearly implying the connotative cultural definition, which is somebody who comes into a hobby or industry in passing and then demands a bunch of changes and blah, blah. You're adding a lot of cultural meaning to the term tourist when you make that accusation.
Yeah.
Which, I'm sorry, I don't see a bunch of VTubers coming into Warhammer 40k and demanding changes. I'm sorry, but the fandom was already lost to toxic fucking wokeness like 3 years ago, way before VTubers were getting into them.
Exactly, like, you're kind of too late on this.
But alright, chat, we will see you later.
Yeah, I'm just adding all of these cases to the description really quick.
Very smart.
Because sometimes I just forget after stream. Which is my bad. But be good for Akko chat. I might dip over there as well to talk with them. But I hope everyone has a good one. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.